Oh, that's why you were saying you didn't want to use it anymore.
Yeah. All right. I just restarted Streamlabs. Hopefully that fixed it. Oh my god, this is the first attempt. I'm feeling good today. I had a coffee today. Feeling good. I'm joined by Kugel and Stormfly. And this is we did not get DDoSed by Mod Chat about 20 minutes ago for talking bad about their system. I did not get DDoSed by Mod Chat. I don't want anyone to believe that. If you are listening, this is the first attempt of the VOD, and the last 30 minutes did not help. Welcome to the podcast, guys. How are you guys? Having a good weekend? What are you guys doing? I called Kugelblitz to wake him up because I thought he wouldn't make it. And Stormfly, we have wink wink. We have never called before.
Okay, we're not actually gonna go through like everything we did in the.
No. I would use the previous VOD.
I mean, for the actual one you released, just like put them together.
Let's go. Let me go on a coffee run. I'll just play the last 30-minute VOD and then we'll come back.
So you need another cup of coffee.
No, I don't care. It's fine.
Okay, but anyway, like we were saying, so what happened was the mods DDoSed us when they found out we were talking shit about them in the rating system. And yeah. Okay, you can actually say your point now though, Stormfly, that where you wanted to add on to what I was saying.
Yeah, you said that since some levels that get rated have like really low quality, like
when people get mad that thinking space got rated, for example.
Yeah, exactly. And you pointed out that if more levels got rated and there was not this deliberate bias towards it all, it's people would be less frustrated with it and not be upset that a level that isn't as high quality as some other high tier projects.
Yeah,
it would be fine and all that.
Because I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with thinking space getting rated. It's just it getting rated whilst other levels that are better just don't get rated because RobTop has weird standards that are inconsistent. Yeah. But what were you saying?
And that was one of the main points I had in the rating system video as well, where it's unclear what is the actual standard. Depending on who you ask, any moderator, it's unclear what is actually okay, and the message is muddled, more or less, because you don't know. For some moderators, that's fine. For others, it's not. And from what I understand, that's apparently a good thing in their eyes, which I don't get. I understand that you want moderators to have individuality, and that's great. But where I feel like it affects it to the point where it's impossible to understand them, because you don't know really why the levels that get rated do and the ones that don't. You don't really know that. It's very confusing.
So I had another interesting question, because when that video came out, I literally only saw one mod in the comments. I'm guessing a lot of them reached out privately, and I talked to some mods that I knew at the time, and I'm not going to name names, but there were a couple of them that were like, "Oh yeah, that video is complete shit."
It's that is actually very funny, because
I thought that was so funny. I swear to God, I never saw any mods talk about it.
Because I want to say this, because that also goes back to another point I made in that video, because some moderators did come up to me privately, and for obvious reasons I shall not name who, but they told me that they agreed with everything I was saying.
Oh, okay.
They agreed. There were multiple of them.
But privately.
And privately. They did not make that public.
Can I guess?
And at the same time,
no.
Well, I'm not going to say it, but you can.
No, not the people.
Yeah.
I was going to guess what they said after. They were probably too pressured to speak out. Because that's I know mods who think the same way, and they just thought that this is a system where they're literally 1 against 100. To where there's no point in you. What are you gonna do?
And as far as I understand as well, when I made that video, I apparently tried being cancelled on Twitter or something like that. Which it seems that that's the case. I don't know. I didn't check.
Wait, what?
Good on you.
Yeah. I'm not missing out on anything. Like, why would I read all that? So it's fine. But I remember that there were some moderators who very openly spoke up that they were unhappy with it. Like they were like deliberately just saying that this video is horrible and like trying to debunk the parts I was saying and everything. And the funny fact about that, to those moderators who did that, I thank you for doing that. Because all you ended up doing was proving one of the main points I said. The moderation team is divided. You have one side, the quiet one, who don't dare speaking up, but want things to change. And then the louder one, who doesn't want things to change. So, yeah. Thank you, moderation team, for proving me right.
I could name a couple people that would listen to that clip and just like smoke out of the ears, just fuming, like tomato red face.
Yeah, maybe.
Tomato red.
Like I'm not trying to insult anyone or cause more controversy or whatever the hell, but like that was one of my main points, and they helped me prove it. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, I get it. Good on you for not using Twitter, by the way. That's a fuck that.
I try to encourage not using social media. Period.
Nice.
Like I don't have Instagram, I don't have Snapchat, TikTok, or any of those things. The only thing I'm using now is YouTube, and even that is I'm trying to restrict myself. And Discord, but that's like a
Doesn't it
messaging.
feel?
It's
Doesn't it
not social
feel
media.
like? Doesn't it feel so good to not know what everyone is thinking all the time? It's like, who even cares? That's all Twitter is.
I feel like it's not even just that. It's like, okay, obviously in context of my friends and stuff, I do kind of care, which is why I use stuff like Discord and why I like talking to my friends on Discord. But on Twitter, I feel like it's really heavily focused on like random people you don't even know, and it almost creates a culture where people try to like have these outrageously
It's extremely
exaggerated
pessimistic.
opinions. Yeah, pessimistic,
Yeah,
and
like
toxic, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's another thing too. Like that's kind of like I remember I made like one post on Twitter at some point, and like I remember I got one commenter saying like, "Oh wow, Stormfly, remember Twitter existed." No, I'm trying to forget it exists because like it like aside from maybe like art, like 2D and 3D art, which is like the main thing I really appreciate from there.
Yep.
It's really hard finding people who use Twitter actively and are happy as well.
Yep.
I mean, the thing is,
it's not healthy. Like it doesn't seem like a healthy place to be in.
Like I do have Twitter and I check it occasionally, not that much, but I don't use it to interact with anyone. I use Twitter literally because it's occasionally a good source of, like you said, I mean, it could be art, it could be like funny posts, it could be like just news stuff in general. Like, I mean, it's a source of stuff that can be good, but and as long as you just don't interact with the people there, it's mostly fine. But it still can be annoying because the algorithm sucks and it would like recommend you just trash.
It tries to encourage just the infinite
that like
doom
provokes
scroll.
you.
Yeah,
and it's like stuff that provokes you. So like it's really hard not to get sucked into it. So I don't know. It's
that's
one of the worst social medias in my opinion.
It's definitely why I'm trying to take a step away from social media, because like it also I often come across like at least in the creation aspect of levels, I very often see people who feel like they are limited by what they can do and everything. They don't feel like they have the imagination and everything. And this might be a bit of a hot take, but I feel like part of that is because people are using social media like very actively, because
it eats your time.
It eats your time, and it takes away a pretty essential part of human life, which is like boredom. And I know that sounds kind of silly, but like if you really
Mhm.
think about it, like when you're bored, like what is like the most like what do you do automatically? You would check on your phone, for example.
Yep.
It's kind of like a go-to because like, oh, I don't know what
Yeah.
to do. Let's check the phone. And like if you take that element away, you suddenly leave your thoughts and ideas to just exist by themselves. And I feel like with levels I make nowadays, I feel like that's like a result of that because I never feel limited. I feel like if I have an idea, like I listen to music, I get ideas and everything, and I'm fine. Like I just like, that's a nice idea, I could do that. Or I could do that. Like I don't feel limited. Like I really would encourage people, like if they wanna be able to make something really stand out and show their creative ability, I would suggest them to not use their phone. Or don't use social media as much. If you just like take like 30 minutes away or an hour from it
Yeah. I
and see
remember
what
when I
your
was
head can come up with.
younger, and obviously I didn't have a phone or whatever, and I would just be somewhere. Maybe I'm like out in public or something. Like my parents are taking me somewhere, and I don't have anything to do, and I'm bored. What I end up doing is I just like start kind of daydreaming or just like thinking about stuff. Like,
Yeah.
and to this day, I
Mhm.
can still do it. Like, I can keep myself entertained for hours with just like my own thoughts, and I feel like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a useful skill to have that a lot of people might like lose if they're from a young age being
Yeah.
dependent on devices for I don't want to sound like an old person, but like it is genuinely a good thing. And I mean, I agree with you in where it can inspire a lot of ideas when you're in that state and you're kind of forced to just think on your own, and then you now have the opportunity to think of stuff that maybe you normally wouldn't have, and it can
Yeah.
lead to really good ideas and so on. So
Yes.
I think it's definitely something at least to practice. I'm not like against people using phones or anything
No, no,
like
no, no. I
or
don't want to make that. I don't want to make that about that
yeah,
either. No, no, no.
right.
Of course not.
But I'm just saying like it's also good to know how to cope without
Yeah.
being, dependent on
Like,
some
like,
kind of
Yeah.
device.
like boredom is underrated. Like, that you can let your brain come up with better ideas and just resorting to the phone immediately. Not saying you should stop using the phone. I always use my phone every day.
Mhm.
But I just like would want to encourage that part as well. Because
I
it may
think
lead to
the
something you may not expect.
I think the general takeaway of that is really with most things in life is like you have to understand that everything is fine in moderation.
Yes.
Even using Twitter as much as it sucks, you can if you are doing it in moderation, it's fine. And to what you said about boredom, you're absolutely correct. A little bit of boredom is good.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's also a link between this is like might be like a mold brain take, but I feel like there's
It's fine.
absolutely a link between like trying immediately to get rid of boredom and like attention deficit disorders. Because
Yep.
I feel like social
Definitely.
media plays directly into that want to be stimulated all the time and just
Yep.
have that short form dopamine of the infinite doom scroll, whether it's Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, whatever.
Yeah. There's yeah.
They're all designed the same. Like if you really think about this from a psychological standpoint, they are all designed to doom scroll infinitely on purpose. Convenience
Yep.
is one thing, but like think about the way phones work. Think about the way apps are designed. Like open YouTube right now on your phone and you can just keep scrolling forever.
Yes,
Think
you can.
about that. And
Yeah.
that's intentional.
That's deliberate. It's
That's the
intentional.
point.
Yes.
They want as much
Yep.
of you're the consumer and they want as much of your time as possible. And like it's just a disease, dude. And I can also tell you cuz I don't want to sit here and be like I don't use Twitter therefore I'm better because I have been morbidly addicted to it in the past. Like 5
Yeah.
years ago,
Yeah.
5 years
I
ago
know
in
more
like
people as well.
2019, I was so addicted to Twitter that I would literally get rate limited and I couldn't like tweets. Do you know how
That's
hard?
a thing.
Do you know how hard you have to doom scroll and just like to do that? Do you have any idea
Jesus.
how fucking crazy that is?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it might not be now. Maybe it is because Twitter's infinitely worse now. But this was back then. This was back in 2019 when I thought that the UI and the general platform itself was pretty good. Addiction aside, and the psychological effects that it manipulates in your mind aside, I think the app's general UI was perfect. It was beautiful. It still had class, personality because it was Twitter, the bird, but the culture was still, pretty shit. No
Yeah.
logic exists on that platform. But like, yeah, I was addicted. I was completely addicted to Twitter because it was
Yeah.
also not to rant continuously, but this is also a period of time when I was in school and I didn't give a shit about school. So I'm sure people listening might relate to this. Maybe you're in class right now. I don't know. But like, I would just have periods in school because they would let you have your phone out. They didn't care in my school, which is nice.
Yeah,
You
they
didn't
didn't
have
for
to
me
do the
either.
work.
You could
Like
have the phone.
my teachers had the thought process. The thinking was like they'll give you like a couple warnings, but then after that it's like this is your fucking problem. So there was a lot of classes where like I would just the whole time I would just be on Discord or Twitter, just like literally just absorbed into my phone. And it didn't help that we were in computer labs where you could charge your phone. So not like it was gonna
Yeah.
die. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a real thing. You can honestly you can be addicted to anything.
Yeah.
Even if you think you're not, you probably are.
Overconsumption of anything can lead to pretty bad results. And like me personally, like I did also kind of realize like with YouTube, it's the same thing there. It's just to a lesser degree. Like it's
Mhm.
out of all these big platforms, I'd say YouTube is of lesser evil. But even then, like it's very easy to just start scrolling.
It's very easy. It's also very easy to get picked up in a community that very quickly you can very quickly change as a person too. Very easily.
Yeah,
Like depending on
very
how
easily.
susceptible you are to that change. And I can also say this. I'm gonna be completely honest. I used to talk in Vibrant server a lot in 2020
Yeah.
because we couldn't go anywhere. We were all on our computers. Whatever, right? Gives me an excuse. I don't know if COVID's a reasonable excuse to do nothing, but
I mean,
I
COVID, of course it is.
yeah. And honestly, like I like all the people in there. They're fine. It's nothing against them. It's just the culture and the way that everybody, acted.
Yeah.
My personality was starting to change. And when I realized that you develop those kind of mannerisms around certain people, like the way people talk, the way people talk in text, it's different
Yeah.
than the way you're used to. And then if you stay around those people long enough, you'll start to adapt those mannerisms and like use like these emojis or like pog or twitch emotes or like talk a certain way or act a certain way. And when I realized that I was starting to do that, I was like, oh God, what?
Yeah.
Because I was like,
you really don't
oh
realize
no.
until it's
Because like I don't have a problem with people like Vibrant. They're just different. Like, and honestly, a lot of us in the community have tried to like talk to I don't regret it because I don't like having regret because like there's no point in wasting more time worrying about it now. But I definitely was changing my personality a little bit to like fit in, to feel like a part of the group.
yeah, like of course you do that. Like it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like
There's
in,
no way
the
the stream
in the
crashed
simplest
again.
no, it was
What are you
Oh,
talking about?
oh, did it crash?
oh,
No, it's fine.
I
YouTube is
well,
not
why
receiving
are,
enough video. I don't
Oh,
care.
no, it's
well,
fine. It's fine. It seems fine now.
It's
It seems
fine.
now.
like,
Yeah, it just it decided to do a little jump scare.
That's
yeah.
that's just the lawn
Yeah.
mowing company just running over all my
Yeah.
cables outside. That's nothing.
Yeah.
Fine. We'll contact the homeowners association about it. They'll fix it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a real thing, and I just regret, if I do regret anything, I guess it's just trying to small talk with people like Vibrant, because in hindsight, it's like I know he hates that, and I would not like it either. Like nothing against people that do that, because we've all done that, right? But I've come to realize when I'm older that like I don't like that. I just like getting to the meat and potatoes and just saying. I like having a reason to talk to somebody. You know, I just think
Yeah,
small
that's
talk
fair.
is a little like disingenuous when I do it. Like obviously I'm going to ask you how you are and stuff because that's, you know, we're on a podcast and I've never spoken to you in a voice call.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, who could I use as an example? Let's say I've talked to Summoning Salt before. Let's say I go message him right now and just try to like small talk and be like, "Hey man, how are you?" I hate that. I'm sorry. Honestly, it's necessary in certain environments, in certain situations, but I hate doing that. I'd so much
Me
rather
too.
just be like, "Hey man, do you this? Thanks, let me know." I would so much rather just say that.
Yeah, I mean, small
Yeah.
talk in general just feels, number one, most of the time pointless, and number two, like it's kind of just the same things over and over again, and I hate having to answer the same questions over and over again.
That becomes
Uh,
annoying. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
we
I don't know.
probably all have this experience a little bit.
And it's like, yeah, and
And in some cases, it's like they don't even mean to like repeat a question.
Yeah,
It's
so I'm
just
not
like
going to be mean
it
about
just
it.
it just happens. It's just like
yeah,
someone asked this, and then someone asked a similar thing, and then again and again. It just happens, unfortunately.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't belittle the people who are doing it though. That's a
No,
that's
I
a
mean,
very
I don't,
important factor.
I'm not like
Yeah,
mad
yeah,
at
I'm
people
just
who do it.
saying, I'm
I
just
just
like
hate the
clarifying.
actual thing
Yeah.
itself. Yeah.
I'm just clarifying for the podcast. Like, you do
Yeah.
have to like understand. You do have to have the perspective of like, imagine if you were doing this. Like, you remember how okay, well, this VOD is split in two because my internet went out. But in the first chunk of the podcast, I made a joke because I was like, because I used to send people friend requests all the time in GD when I was completely a nobody. And guess who was one of the people? Stormfly. Like, imagine, you got to think about that kind of perspective. Like, imagine if I messaged Stormfly and just said something like that. Like, it would be the same, you know?
Yeah.
Just
It
messaging
would
him
be.
like random shit. It's the same thing. I don't know. I don't know if my rant is comprehensible or not.
No, I could keep up. I could keep up with it. There's no problem with that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't really deal with that much anymore. There was a period of time where I like, you kind of learn etiquette and small talk because it is necessary
Yeah,
to a
yeah.
degree. Like,
It,
you start like shaking hands with people you meet, and it's like you feel like you've done it. You feel like, oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah,
Mm.
this is dope.
Yeah, because like talking to people like that in like person and everything, it's like that's not something you really get out of like being online all the time. Which is
Yeah.
like it's a skill you really develop through experience, I would say.
I think a lot
Because
of it's also like just general confidence. Because
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
like it's yeah.
when you meet somebody, especially in my sense, because I'm always meeting like people who are in like distant family. Because I'm not gonna like get too personal. But I went to a funeral recently, and I'm meeting everybody at like the open casket, and just being like, "How are you,
Oh,
sir?" and just
yeah.
shaking your hand, and I'm the one to shake their hand first. It's that kind of extroverted, attitude that I
Yeah.
bring, which probably comes from confidence.
Yeah, yeah, for
I
sure.
don't know.
Like you
I mean,
wouldn't
I feel
really
like
like
I don't know.
yeah.
I could very
Like
well
at
just be
least
like, "Yeah, hey man,"
Mm.
but instead I'm like, "How are you, sir?"
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I would like to say that I'm like 50% introvert and 50% extrovert. Like I could handle a conversation, no problem at all. It's just that if depending on the person, it's just like, nah, I don't want to deal with talking with you right now. It's
Yeah,
like
isn't it hard
I'll
to be
just be like,
objective
yeah,
sometimes?
yeah,
That's difficult, isn't it?
yeah,
I
yeah.
was watching a Nardwar interview like a couple nights ago, and I was thinking like, I could totally talk to someone like Vernum on here. I was thinking about that because Nardwar is so like, I don't know how objective he is in correlation to like how much research he does, but people like Lex Friedman, all those people who like
Yeah.
try to be objective, people like Theo Vaughn. I don't know if you know who that is. Like, he brings on like, he did a podcast with Bernie Sanders and then Trump a couple days later, like that kind of objective
Oh
journalism.
yeah, I remember hearing
It's
that.
like
Yeah.
wanting to bring on anybody. I respect that a lot, and I think I could totally do it on here. Because like,
I mean, yeah, like
as
yeah,
much as I would
absolutely.
get as much as me and Finn would get criticized for bringing someone like Vernum on here, with all the shit that he's done, right? I feel like it would be like an objectively respectable thing in the sense of an objective piece of journalism.
Yeah, of course. Like I think that's completely fair.
Mhm.
Like it's the same with Trump. Regardless of what you think of the dude, like it is interesting seeing interviews. I would imagine. Not that I watch them, but I would imagine
He
if
is
like
honestly,
if you're
he is pretty
if you're interested in
hypnotizing.
hearing, if you're interested in hearing what he has to say, then that's perfectly valid.
He is a pretty interesting person to listen
Yeah.
to. I mean, Biden doesn't really get words out, but you know.
You might as
Sorry,
well
I'm
talk to
not
a
trying to get
statue if you're talking to
political.
him.
I don't. This
I
is
mean,
not a place for it.
when it comes to politics, I couldn't give less of a shit. I don't care.
Do people
Like
in
politics are
yeah, not to get personal, but like, do people in your family just like watch the news 24/7? Because there's people in my house. Like, I'll walk down the hallway and I'll hear like a fucking inaugural address and just be like, I don't care, I don't care.
like in my case, I wouldn't say any of them are radical, like a radical political activist or anything like that. But like, I would imagine like some of them are probably more inclined to want to watch it. I don't watch the news. If I find out something that like is big,
Yeah.
I'll find it out through others.
That's actually another issue with not using Twitter, is because Twitter is also technically a news source. And I just hate. I think it's good to keep up with some stuff, but it's like so much of it is just rot. So much of it
Yes.
is just so dumb and such a goddamn waste of my energy to read it.
Yep.
Like, why do I care that like I don't know. You know? Who even gives a shit?
Like I am acknowledging the problems of the world. It doesn't mean I have to dive my head in head first and everything. It's just like,
oh yeah, and those same people
digest it
that
all.
like if they figure out you don't use Twitter or don't do this, they're gonna probably say that you're part of the problem, because that's just how those cultures work. That's how it works, dude.
Yeah. Also, this is Stormfly. The last time you went fishing, did you catch anything? I'm pretty sure I have fished at some point, like oh my god, so long ago. But I think the most I catched was nothing.
Oh,
If
you're
that's
not a real
good answer.
fisherman, dude.
No,
don't
like
have a fishing license either.
I tried with like not the one you like you toss out there, but like the one where you just
Is it like
sit
a real
by
fishing
the
rod?
Yeah, it was like a proper fishing rod of some kind, but like yeah, I was also very young, so I wouldn't catch anything anyway.
Dude, I should
So it
probably
was
go
like-
fishing. I should probably, dude. I want to meet Finn really badly and do an in-person episode. I talked about that. Literally, just like use my dining room. just because there's a table in there, just use it. I could ask him, hey man, bring your camera and bring like a stream deck. get somebody in my family to like sit there and switch the camera angles. That'd be so fun though.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I couldn't tell you though for fishing, because we're talking about fishing. I don't know. I've gone fishing several times. I don't remember what I caught. Maybe like a catfish or a bass or something.
Damn, that's way more than I would probably ever catch. That makes you feel better.
I don't know what fish they have over there. And you're in Sweden, right?
Yeah, Sweden.
Yeah, I don't know what they have. Don't they import like a lot of seafood? There's a specific type of seafood I think they import from Sweden to Japan, right? It's like I don't remember. Isn't it like sashimi or something?
That goes beyond my knowledge. I don't know, honestly.
I read this one time. I could be wrong. Let's not. If you're listening, don't immediately assume that is correct. You know what, Kugel? Can you look this up for me?
Yeah.
I mean, if that's actually true, that would be interesting to know. I know a little bit about Swedish history, but like it's. I know about our.
What exactly you need me to look up?
Can you look up what type of fish that gets imported from Sweden to Japan?
Okay.
I swear it's like sashimi or something. Dude, we should have somebody on here that just looks shit up as we're talking about it, because like that would be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a real life friend. Maybe I can get him to like sit by my side and just look shit up while we're talking. They have European perch, northern pike, tench, dace, roach, and more. Okay. I don't know
None of
much
the fish
about
I
fish.
eat them,
Yeah.
it seems.
I don't see anything
I'm not really a marine
about
biologist, but
sashimi.
you know.
No. We have a couple of unique fish here.
I need to go
But, like,
fishing. I haven't done that.
My favorite fish to like eat it would be salmon. One of my
Yeah,
go-to.
that's a good answer.
Yeah.
Salmon's pretty good.
Yeah.
I know you guys have like IKEA, Swedish meatballs, PewDiePie, Gothenburg.
Yeah. From what I understand, though, like when it comes to Sweden and meatballs, apparently that's technically speaking a misconception. Apparently, meatballs. Meatballs are associated with Sweden, but apparently the idea of them didn't come from here. It came from somewhere else, and we stole it. From what I don't remember what country it was. It was another European country.
It originated in ancient Persia. That's what it
All right,
says.
let's see what you guys have invented. Let's see what you guys.
We have invented. I know Noble made the dynamite.
You guys invented nicotine gum.
Oh, great.
Oh yeah, you guys also invented ball bearings, the artificial kidney,
bearings?
and Bluetooth. Okay.
Oh yeah, Bluetooth.
The reason
Bluetooth
my
is
headphones work in the gym is because of you guys. Okay.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm learning new shit. You guys invented the zipper, dynamite, drink cartons.
I know.
Okay.
I have also learned, which some people might be angry to hear that. I know we invented the plastic bag.
Oh.
Okay.
But
I could not fact check that for you.
Yeah, no, but I remember hearing that, and apparently our intentions for the plastic bag was better than they ended up being in the real world, because like most of the not to go into this topic, but like pollution and like that sort of thing, a lot of the filth that's spread in the seas is usually plastic bags and stuff like that. And apparently the original idea they had for these plastic bags was that they want, oh, it's plastic, so people are going to keep reusing them. That did not happen at all. So they had a good idea.
With some bags, but
yeah. The intention was good. It didn't happen.
They invented Celsius? That's so base.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I'm
did.
a loner over here. I'm using Imperial.
Yeah.
As you guys would say, inferior. But you like that joke I just made? Inferior.
I mean,
ha.
I mean, I know Aldi. I know like Aldi uses plastic bags. I know Trader Joe's. This is like very United States. I know Trader Joe's uses paper bags. So I mean, biodegradable, right? Just whatever.
Yeah, paper bags is pretty good.
I have an Aldi bag. I never go, but I have one because they're like 40 cents at checkout. And it's like, well, I might as well have a bag, and then I never go. So
at least you have it.
I mean, I also never carry a quarter. No,
I don't really carry money.
Do you know about that? You need in Aldi. You need a quarter to like use their carts. Like you put it in the thing and it unlocks it from.
Oh yeah.
Because they're all chained together.
Don't you get the quarter back when you put it back?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, it pops out when it like clinks back.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Oh yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
I like it. I like the novelty. I fuck with the vision. Like that is some like extra shit right there. Isn't Aldi German? That would make so much sense that they would invent something like that. You'll have to use the coin. That would make so much sense. Like it's just like something that's perfectly engineered when it doesn't need to exist. I mean,
I think it is German. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Aldi is German, right?
Yeah, it is. It is.
You know where I also know Aldi from? I actually found it through Lemons. You know why?
Lemons.
The creator, by the way, for
his
Lemons. Discord.
I literally just imagined lemons. Like lemons.
That's how long it's been. I'm pretty sure if I remember right, his Discord profile picture for years was an Aldi logo with the words Aldi in it. I think.
When you bring up lemons, the only thing that like I can picture, like the actual person, is that one image of him in, I think like some abandoned mall that was flooding, and he's just swimming in it.
I thought that was fake. I didn't think that was him.
No, yeah, it's
What?
real.
That's him?
Yes, I spent like
Let me find this.
ages I spent ages trying to find it again, and I couldn't find it.
I bet
But
I can
it's
find
such
it.
it's such a good image.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What the
I know
hell?
exactly
I've never
what
heard
you're
of this
fucking
before.
talking about, dude. Go to my Instagram. It's on my Instagram. I know it is. I remember posting it. I remember finding it in a server, posting it and saying, "Is that lemons?" Because
We don't
I
use
thought like it was a
Instagram here
joke.
because it's social media.
Oh yeah, right. I got it. Well, it's my own Instagram. It's fine. I won't see goy slop on it. I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Come on, I'm about to find it. I know it. I know it.
We are
I hope the-
waiting
I hope the
with
caption
anticipation.
isn't some like cringy shit. 2018 was a time. That was for
It
sure.
indeed was a time. I remember how I was then.
I know exactly what you're talking about, dude. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm so hyped to find this. You have no idea.
Okay, please find it because again, a while ago I was looking for it and I could not for the life of me find it.
It's on my Instagram. I know it is. He's in like
I didn't
not
know
even a
you
mall.
had
It
an
looked like a
Instagram, honestly.
school or something. Watch it not
Yeah,
be the
I
same
don't know
image.
what it was. It was just some kind of abandoned building.
Is it not on my Instagram? Dude, there's no way.
Okay,
I
I
know
swear
it's on
that image, like there's no traces of it left on the internet. I don't know what happened to it. Some
Just gotta go DM Lemons, be like, hey, do you have this
external
picture when
force of nature is just trying to wipe it away.
You're not really building up my expectations here. I hope you know
he's
that.
literally just swimming in like
it is genuinely a really good image though. Like
No, I believe
I
you. It's
see
just
it.
that
I see
am I
it in
gonna
my
s-
head right now.
Yeah, am I gonna see it myself, or is this
I'm
just gonna
trying
be this?
so hard to find it.
okay, you know what? I'm gonna look for it too, even though last time it was unsuccessful.
This whole episode is now derailed because we're trying to find this. I know it. Whatever. I guess it's not on my Instagram. That
Man,
was a
you
quick.
built up all this.
That was a quick
I'm
like
just-
I know where it is, and then just like I don't know. I forgot.
Man, you just
I know.
blue-balled me.
I know the image though. Dude, I don't. Okay. This is gonna be weird. I'm not trying to go there, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't get blue
Yeah.
balls.
Oh,
I'm gonna be real. It's not. I'm not embarrassed by it. We can laugh. I don't know why. It doesn't happen. I know why blue balls happens, but I don't get it. I guess I beat it or something.
You beat the
I
allegation.
mean,
I beat the allegations. It's not the weirdest thing we've ever brought up. Yeah, that's actually why I named myself that, because I get it. No. I don't know. I'm not gonna find the image. I don't know. I'm not finding it.
I'm still looking for it, but I don't think I'm gonna manage to find it.
Dude, you wanna know what the most hilarious segue would be?
What?
Speaking of speaking of blue balls, there's a level that is on your account that has blue planets on it. You know what it's called? I want you to take a
blue
wild
planets.
guess. Well,
Oh, blue
I hope
balls.
there's blue balls in it. Actually, you know what? There's blue orbs, so there are blue balls in it. A chondrite is one of my favorite levels. You know that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think the
Appreciate
theming is
that.
pretty nice. I like the
Yeah.
existential vibe. I
I can
actually
tell-
wanted to know what the inspiration was behind the theme. Like, did you watch a Vsauce video and you're like, that's it?
No, it's actually much more simpler than that.
Oh, okay. Throw me. What we got?
So, like, I have another level like that. It's been in development for a long time, but I'm not sure if it's going to come out. But there was basically just one rule. Like, aside from it being space themed, that was like just the basic gist of it. But there was one thing I restricted everyone from doing, which was that block design was forbidden.
Oh, yeah, that was for
You had
for
to come
Econ,
up
right?
with a different way of presenting the gameplay and the decoration. But block
Yeah,
design was
that was
a
a
big
pretty
no-no.
good. That was a pretty good gimmick for that one.
Yeah, and like I have another one being developed, which yeah.
Is it going to
Should
be
I say
named
So
developed?
wait,
like
was Akon right the one where I suggested the name for it, or was that a different level?
I
Because
think it was you. I think it was you
okay,
actually. Yeah.
yeah. Because I
Yeah.
remember there was a level that you uploaded that I came up with the name for, but I don't remember if it was that one or something else.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was that one.
you should do what
Yeah,
they
I
did
have.
for denouement and just call it a chondriter?
Yeah. Like, hang on, I can like I intended to make a sequel to it, which I can show some decoration of it. There, it was made not too long ago.
Can I play this?
Yeah, I don't care. It's fine.
All right. Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
Wait a
Who,
moment.
wait, is the person who made that who I think it is?
Well, that I don't know.
Decoration by I don't know. That's cool.
No, because
Yeah.
I remember you showed me this one creator that was like insanely good at backgrounds.
Jesus, that actually
Is
is
that
really good.
yeah? Is
I
that
don't.
First? Because that's not who this is.
Yeah. Oh, okay, no, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of though. That's what I was thinking.
But yes. Oh no.
Now
But
imagine
no,
that
that's not.
parallax
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's good. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah.
But yeah, that one is like, I don't know if it'll be finished. Maybe like it's so hard for me to finish anything nowadays. It's the amount
That
of
reminds
effort
me,
and
by the
thought
way,
that goes into it.
I need to finish Deviation, but I'm actually at a point where I don't know where to go with my current connections because I don't have that many connections and I have half the level done and I spent ages looking for creators, asking people, and I couldn't find any creators up to my standards, which to be fair for that level were a little high, but they weren't that high. But I just wasn't able to find creators, and because of that, the level kind of died. And the people who I did ask after that point, either they were busy with like 20 other projects, or they were like, they just weren't interested or whatever. And it's kind of dead. And I really do want to, finish it off because it's a level that I care about a lot. But it's hard. I've even tried asking several like hosts who are actually people that have a lot of connections with creators and stuff, and even that didn't work out. So at this point, I don't really know where to go with the level, but I do still really want to finish it off if I can at some point.
It's like I feel like I can relate to that because like the problem with like especially GD levels like I don't want to like undermine what creators can do because the one thing I like to believe that GD community can do really well is make high quality visuals. That's definitely their main selling point. But depending on the theme that you choose for a level, they're gonna have an easier time dealing with like how to approach that theme than something that's more obscure. So like just to go into hell theme, for example, I feel like the GD community has pretty much mastered like how you can approach that more or less. But then like something like cyberpunk, like that takes a little bit more effort, I feel, to figure out like to do it like in a really unique and interesting way. Not to undermine what people has done already, but when there's already been like work made beforehand, I feel like it'll inevitably become easier. Because like I've had experience with a couple of like to bring up like the Hell Trinity, which is the biggest like it's deliberately it's obviously not red. It's purple.
It subverts the whole hell theme, but I think it has a lot of merit in the sense that it does it in a really interesting way.
Yeah,
it's honestly it's my favorite hell level. I think in terms of the remake itself. I think gameplay-wise, there are probably others that I'd like more, but
the gameplay, like you have to just take it for what it is.
I'm back.
You have to deal with all of them like that. Like obviously the gameplay is just gonna be in that way. It just
I just mean the
they
approach
are,
in actually remaking it.
Yeah, of course.
I liked that one the most.
Yeah, because that one tried to go for like a hellish theme in more of the occult region.
Yeah.
So it tried to do like a church, like a hellish church, pretty much. So instead of red, it went for purple, and that was the main idea behind it. Which the reason I brought this up is because that hadn't been done before in the GD community. So it basically became this problem with certain creators, which we did manage to do it anyway, but it became this little struggle where, with what I envisioned and what I wanted, some parts at the beginning just ended up becoming exactly what I did not want, which was just a purple part trying to mimic the idea.
Yeah, actually, this kind of like relates to my opinion on when you try to go for something different, because obviously if you do something that a ton of people have already done before, there are a lot of reference points for it.
Yeah.
And you know, if it happens too much, you end up kind of having this homogenous trend of levels that are just doing the same thing and not bringing anything new. But the thing with making something new is on the first try, there's not really any well-established conventions or tricks that work well for it. So the first execution of it might not be great, and then maybe some level afterwards tries to imitate it, but kind of upgrades it in a way and does it better.
Yes.
So I think there's still merit to doing something that another level has tried to do. It only becomes like an issue of becoming generic when
yes.
When it becomes like a very popular trend, usually because it's an easy style to replicate and it doesn't take much effort.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like I strive on creativity. That's like one of my main motivating factors in life. Like just trying to do something that hadn't been done before. And at least for me personally nowadays, that is usually reflected in gameplay, because I feel like that's my specialty. Like I can still decorate, I would like to believe. I might be told off otherwise, but I would like to believe I can still decorate somewhat okay. But I would like to believe that gameplay is my specialty, and that right now is where I like standing out. And
I
love doing it. It's
you
so
do have
much
very
more
creative
fun.
gameplay.
Yeah,
that I've seen.
I do wish more levels try to, experiment a little with
innovate,
with gameplay ideas, whilst also not, being unplayable or just like awful to play. Because I think the thing with your ideas is they tend to be things that are, pretty unique, but at the same time, they're not. I mean, I don't know, maybe sometimes they can be criticized, but from what I've seen, they're not like horrible to play. And a lot of the time I see them even catching on to, with other levels doing something similar to what you did. Even I remember the spider staircase thing you did with one of your with one of your messing around layouts. I see it all the time now, so it's definitely something that a lot of people start adopting.
I can share another fun fact related to something like that.
Yeah.
Limbo.
I was gonna bring that up.
One of the main inspirations Minecraft told me was my messing around layout spiral mouth.
Oh.
So yeah.
Were there any direct
like the inspiration for the level
itself?
Yeah, for the gameplay itself, he used. When I was in the Discord server, we was putting it together. That like the cube, all the blocks rotating around the center.
Was it
He used that. He used that as an inspiration source, and you can probably see that reflected in the gameplay if you were to look at it at Limbo.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, like he also asked me, like, oh yeah.
I think I remember talking to you about the wave gameplay because I couldn't figure out why it was impossible. I think I remember that. Wasn't I talking to you a couple years ago and DM? I was like, "Why is this impossible?" And you're like, "I don't know." And then you went and played, and you're like, "This stupid fucking game." I think I remember this because like in that moment, I think you figured out that like that wave was impossible in 60 or it was only possible in 60 FPS.
Yeah, I remember that.
Do
I was
you
just
remember
like,
that? I swear,
yeah, I do
was
remember
like,
that.
"Oh my god." And
It's
then
like,
I think
come
our
on, how
fix
could
was
I
like,
know
all right,
that?
just like what do we? I forgot how we fixed it. I don't think I did it. I think I gave it to Jox. I'm like, I'm not fixing this.
I think I tried to come up with a solution as well. I don't remember what it was that we did.
Let me see.
But I know we fixed it. I don't remember what it was.
Let me check. Okay, but yeah, I found it. Dude, it's so funny. I just remember you being like, fuck this game. I remember that very well.
I was so upset because it's like I put all this effort into making it, and then it just doesn't work in higher FPS. Like, for God's sake.
At least now
so
everybody
yeah, I
knows.
found it, and I said, "Lol, it breaks on 144," and then all you said was, "I hate this game." I'm gonna paraphrase it.
That's such a me moment.
You said it's nothing, literally nothing that we've done. It's just Rob Top's shit game network. And you're like, "Dude, it's so late, I can't help." And I'm like, "No, don't worry about it." I think we fixed it by moving it by micro blocks, so that it wasn't as close together.
I think what happened was that like it clipped into the slope somehow. And by the way, I sent a clip in
Wait, let me see
the chat of like
okay. Let me play this.
Yeah,
I do remember there was something.
This is something I made not too long ago to just kind of hone in on like creativity and all that.
Oh yeah, have you seen the 2.2 bug? It's a visual bug where the volume sliders have this like the PNG is not even fully opaque. Have you seen that? This is cool, by the way.
The music makes it a little bit better.
Do I need to? Usually I don't play because of copyright issues.
Yeah, I think it's copyrighted. Yeah, so yeah,
okay. Well, I guess I just talked to Bullet. Yeah. I remember there's something I was going to ask you about. Oh yeah, yes? The bug. Did you know about that bug that I just talked about? My brain's in a blender over the internet. So when you change the volume in 2.2, when you click the button to change it, you can see a square that's like on top of the circle because the PNG that it's using is not even fully opaque.
Oh, I did not know that.
Either that's a texture issue for me, or like it's really like that. I'm gonna see if I can find a screenshot of it. It's so funny. Like I was like, of course. Okay, when I search up bug, I just get my part in the bugs. Nice. I'm not gonna find it.
The bugs.
I mean, you can open GD right now and do it, but I'll do it.
Is this another elusive picture that I'm not gonna see?
Oh, I'll just do it right now.
Oh.
I last opened GD on July 30th.
I still need to look for the lemons image.
I've been 1 month clean of GD, but
time to break the cycle.
Yeah. No, I'm logged out of Mega
Time to relapse.
Yeah, okay, so
GD relapse.
I don't know if you can see this or not.
I can see it.
You see the volume slider? You see the square?
Look.
Oh, I
do.
See it moving?
Yeah, no, I see it. Yeah,
see it? It's moving. There's a square.
That's
of course. Yeah. Of course, that's there.
I
see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that issue. I don't think.
So it's just me. That's weird. Interesting.
It doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like the sprite sheet where it takes that icon from is like transparent.
I don't know what causes it. Okay, wait. Other people are saying they have it too. That's weird. Then I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a
yeah.
texture issue.
Then it's. I mean, it could be a texture. Like, from what I would assume here is like, the background like of the sprite sheet is
Here,
not
I'll
fully
make a new
transparent,
level
which
real
is why you
quick.
can see it. Yeah. Okay.
What am I doing? I'm selecting a song like I'm making a level. All right. You can see it really well here. Okay, I need to make the ground black.
Yeah. No, I did see it before as well. It's like it's more discernible when it's like.
It's hard. It's kind of hard to see, but it's there.
Have you listed out to the bug form?
I have not, because I don't play GD as much anymore.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, like I last opened it on July 30th. I just broke my like 1 month geometry sobriety.
You've fallen back into relapse.
Oh God, yeah, to show like a weird volume slider thing. But yeah, other people are saying they have it. Interesting.
Yeah, then that's definitely not.
I am not surprised.
Definitely... No, me neither. Like, it's just
it's in the video you sent. It's in the video you sent.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I see it.
Have I not noticed this?
It's there.
Oh yeah, it is.
I haven't noticed this whole time. I'm fucking blind.
It's in the video you sent.
I'm actually blind. I have not noticed this.
Now that you mention it, I also have this exact thing.
Okay, so
wait, is it on mobile?
Let
me see.
No, I'm not on mobile.
No, I'm saying like, is this bug on mobile?
I don't think it's on mobile. I
guess
can
to
check.
be fair, I am colorblind.
It is. It's on mobile too.
Don't you also have like visual snow?
I do have visual snow as well. Yeah. Which is shit.
Oh God. Isn't it so funny? Like, Rob adds so much stuff, and then we just focus on, like, one thing, and we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay,
oh, it's so funny, dude.
I don't see it on mobile.
I see it on mine. I turned my brightness up. I saw it.
Okay, wait, maybe I need to, like, turn off night shift.
Yep. See that? Now we have to... 2.2 is fucked now.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
What? I can see it now.
I am not going to unsee that now. Thank you.
Wow.
Also, so since the SFX slider and the button are two different PNGs, it's actually on both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're taking part of the same button. So.
Yep.
What the hell? How has he fucked that up?
I don't know. Do you think he was rewriting that portion of the code to clean it up and was like, it'll be fine?
I'm just trying to, like, because I am a programmer. Like, I've programmed with a lot of different languages. I have coding experience. I'm just trying to figure out how the fuck did you pull this off? Like, he nailed it with all the other buttons except that one. Why?
This square and it's opaque on this slider too.
Like, why?
Oh, I'm crying, dude. Oh, that's so funny. I don't know. That was the first thing I noticed.
I'm telling you, Rob is an enigma. Like he's.
What I don't understand is why he doesn't want like help, because
from what I understand, he actually does get help now.
Okay, nice. That's good, because I mean I feel like he kind of needs a team of people, because I think I remember him giving an excuse once which made zero sense, because he said that he didn't want to like teach people how to work with his code, which makes no sense because there are so many modders and people who are able to use hooks to edit the code, which is like dealing with RobTop's code but 100 times more complicated. Like even I've done it.
Yeah.
And
they're, well, it's stupid, but like but it's basically a more convoluted way of editing his code, because you obviously don't have the source code, and and people are able to work on it completely fine and fix things that in years he hasn't managed to do, or when he tries to implement them because he hates modders, he does it in like a objectively inferior way.
Dude, when Stormfly sighed just now, I was like, all right, that's all I need to know about the code.
If he even gets like at least like Absolute or someone to just help him out,
he could, someone now. Like actually, like I know one of the people. He's in Restoration Union actually.
Nice.
Sorry, she. Sorry.
Well, Restoration Union. Oh, actually, I think Blue wanted to bring that up though.
Restoration. Yeah, I'll bring it up in a little bit. We might
Yeah.
also, if we have time, we might also touch on the shit we were talking about before it went down, which was not that much stuff. It was just like the old mod system and like, I don't know, the super
Oh.
expert. That was it. Which I mean, we can retouch on it. Might as well, right? Okay.
So what do you want
we
to know
need to
about
knock on. We need to knock on wood this time and hope we don't get DDoSed again.
that? Okay, try me. What do you want to ask?
So let's pretend I didn't ask you this an hour ago.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So you made a video about 2 years ago on why you think the mod system is completely trash. And
Yes,
I
I
just
did.
wanted to know if you have any opinions in the present now that it's been a long time and now things have changed and now things like the Extreme Demon sending system have been abolished because it was terrible. And
Yes,
I
I'm
would
glad
like
they
to
did that.
know I would like to know how you feel about the video you made now and how many points still stand up and how many have been resolved or how many are just nullified.
I mean, I can look like those trio videos. Like I can look at them in many different ways because at my headspace at the time, like, and I'm pretty sure this is not a surprise to many. I was angry. I didn't feel well when I made those videos at all because a lot of the point, like, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just a raging rant because that's just stupid. But I felt that I had so much pent up aggression built up over years of all of these issues that, like, in a way, those videos were made for myself as just an outlet. I still wanted to provide with genuine critique that is actually constructive as much as I could, because like they are flawed. Like I'm not going to deny that. Like they're definitely flawed videos, but like even now when I feel a bit better mentally, I would like to say, I I mean I stand by what I said, but I know one of the videos, which I know some people have pointed out, the art criticism video I made. I have unlisted that. Not because of like backlash or anything, but more because a problem I think I caused with all three videos is that I did not explain myself very well. And because I remember some people came to me, I have no problem saying their names, which is ILRel and MaxiKD. They wanted to like have a personal discussion with me about everything I said, and to like kind of give their viewpoints and like give me critique, which I felt that's perfectly valid. Like if I said something that's inherently wrong, and if I can be proven wrong, by all means, I should own up to that mistake. And on their end, with seemingly how they interpreted me, they expected that conversation with all of that to take like 2 to 3 hours of just like discussing back and forth. But what ended up happening was that it took 20 minutes because I ended up agreeing with pretty much everything they said. Which they seem to think, at least, like, to some extent, that I didn't fully agree with.
It's good they brought it up then.
Yeah, so it's more for that reason, because if I'm not able to communicate my thoughts properly, then I'd rather just put that away. Like, like, it seems like most people agree with the viewpoints, but I feel like I'm not communicating myself properly, and that's a me issue. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm amazing at communicating my thoughts all the time. I have a genuine issue with that. I'm not the best at saying what I want to say properly all the time. So, yeah, I guess that's the main problem I have with those three, is that I am not doing the best job at explaining myself.
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah, and I
We've
think
all been
like,
there with that. Just been like,
yeah.
oh shit.
I feel like the general viewpoints I stand for Oh, am I lagging?
No. I don't.
I don't
You're not
know.
from me.
No, I can
Yeah.
hear you fine.
I got a yellow icon, so I was a bit concerned.
That's how Discord is clunky
Yeah.
like that.
But yeah, Discord is silly. But not like I view like the opinions I stood for. I still view them. Like I still like. There's like a couple of things that like I could look at it and go, sure, that maybe it wasn't the best thing to say, but I still believe the general viewpoints I brought forward are still maybe like I'm not going to pretend they are the best suggestions ever, but they might be a better improvement for all I know, and that's what I believed in.
No, yeah. I mean, dude, I can agree heavily with being bad at explaining something in the past, because like when you start thinking about that, you kind of like become really conscious about that, and you slowly learn to get way better at it.
Yeah, like
I'm not sure if
I
like
even
I'm guessing that was a
oh,
mental battle for you, just figuring out
I,
how can I make this concise.
yeah. I mean, I did have help from people. I actually had people like look at everything I was writing. I had people multiple people review all the scripts I was writing for those 3 videos over and over to make sure. Like I asked them,
Yeah,
do you agree with this, or do I sound hypocritical? Do I sound like an ass? That sort of thing. Because every single script of those 3 are censored. Because they're like, especially the rating system one, funnily enough. Which I wouldn't be able to give you the uncensored one. I don't know. I don't have it anymore, I don't think. But
oh,
I know there are parts that were removed. And that's because I probably went too hard.
I mean, dude, it's tough to be objective about something that you care so much about, and just watching it just
Yeah.
be handled
Mm.
in such a way that is just so not how it should be handled.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah,
like
it
I
requires
feel
a
like
lot of self-control.
yeah, because I feel like one main point about all this is like you have people that maybe say that, like I've seen people say that I yell at clouds or that I am constantly angry about everything here, but like you don't really have high standards for something that you hate. Like I care about the game, obviously. Otherwise I wouldn't be making these things to begin with. Like I want the game to be in a better state. Like I'm happy with certain things that we've gotten now. I like that they got rid of the democracy demon thing. I'm very happy with that. I love the artists that they added. That made me so happy. I was so glad about that.
Yeah.
T. Pasolite, Camellia, Leaf, Frums. That was pure happiness. Couldn't be happier with that. And it's just like at least for me, like if people are happy with the game, that's great. Like I don't want to take your happiness away from you. But I want like at least for me, I oh sorry, I got tagged. Just give me a second.
You're good.
Yeah.
I'm still
But yeah,
looking for
like-
that lemons image, by the way.
I see that in the
He's
group
still
chat.
looking
I
for
see
it.
you.
Yeah.
You're like, does anyone have it?
This is what happened last time. As soon as I wanted to look for it and I couldn't find it, it made me want to look for it more, and I lost my mind basically.
I remember not
But
to
yeah.
get off track, but I remember sending that somewhere and saying, "Is that lemons?" And I tried. That's how I was trying to find it, but I can't.
I'm just
fucking
asking
find it.
people. But yeah, what were you saying, Stormfly?
Yeah, I was gonna say that like if people are happy with the state of the game, then that's great. I don't want to take that away from people. I don't want to ever like all my videos which is not many, but the videos where I critique that I don't want people like if people are happy with the state of the game as it is right now, excellent. I don't want to take that away from you. But at least for me, I personally want more. And I expect more because I've seen so much of GD now. I've been around in GD for 10 goddamn years. It's like you kind of get to a point where you see everything already. And it's like, as a result, your standards kind of increase.
Yeah.
And that's just natural.
Yeah.
That happens with everyone. That's normal. And, like, I would want more. I think there are further points that the community and game could reach. But I don't really think it's going to happen at this rate because it's going in a different direction. And it seems that the general community is happy with that. So I have to cope.
Yeah.
So it's fine. I just
The
have to deal
community
with
is
it.
so large now.
Yep,
So
it's
large.
very big. Yeah.
It's
So,
hard to
like-
comprehend when you came from such a niche underground time. When like you had to like know people who knew levels to find levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like you remember,
And yeah,
dude, imagine explaining to a Nugent that like back in the day you had to get a specific EXE just to no clip something.
oh yeah, you did. Yeah, but
Some
I know what you
shady
mean.
ass
And you
like
had to use
program
cheat
that.
engine.
Yeah, cheat engine.
Oh
yeah, I know what you mean.
cheating.
Like if you wanted to hack, there was no botting. Bots were not a thing.
They were
Do
not
you
a thing,
remember
no.
The
the
most
ancient,
advanced
like-
shit were like razor macros, but that
Okay,
doesn't.
do you remember the ancient? I don't know if any of you remember this ancient hacking method. That involved, if you wanted to complete a level, you would go on cheat engine. You would find like
Yep,
the value of that
Set
level,
it to
and then
100.
you set it to or and then you could find the value of an auto level as well, and then make it have the same value as the auto level. So when you beat the auto level, it counts it as you beating like whatever, let's say, demon that is, and then
Yep.
you get the completion for it. So that was like a really weird exploit you could do with just changing the game values.
I remember that. I did that.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm banned from the leaderboard. What are they gonna do? Sue me? I did
I'm
that,
gonna
dude.
sue you, yeah.
I remember when I think it was Cavolton. He made like a joke video, like an account hacker. Remember
yeah,
that?
I think
Remember that joke
I think
video? I was so young.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought it was real. And I remember trying so hard to get it. I probably could have gotten like the nastiest virus if I didn't stop.
Oh my god.
I had one of those
Yeah.
like, like the meme where it's like this tiny little program that you can give yourself stars and like set your star count. You know those like fucking meme programs? I
Yeah,
had
I
one
know
of
what you
those
mean.
and it worked.
Yeah, I can
That was in
imagine it works,
2.0.
actually. Yeah, I can fully imagine that.
Yeah. Man, that's such a different time. Now it's just like, just fucking give yourself all the icons and call it a day.
I don't encourage any of that. Like it's just like I wouldn't want to like. It's the same with like cheating for map packs. Which
Mhm.
fun fact, by the way. Very
I did that.
recently, like no, nah, but like
Not encouraging
very
this, but I did it.
yeah, but very recently, like literally yesterday, I finished rebeating every single map pack for a video.
Nice. How
I
long did it take?
3 days.
It's not even that long, honestly. It's not that bad.
No, like it's like I think the best way I could summarize the map pack experience of actually going through them all is number one, you fall asleep for the third time because you're playing another Stereo Madness level. 2, you have a great time with a pretty good level and a classic song. Or 3, you hate the dog shit that it is, and then get annoyed with how unbalanced everything is. That's like the 3 stages of map packs, I feel.
Does this correlate with the 5 stages of grief or no?
Well, that you're free to interpret yourself if you want to do that. But yeah, map packs is like, I think 2 words to summarize it is missed opportunity.
Hmm.
It could be so much more than it was,
Yeah.
and it's such a shame it's been just thrown to the wayside.
Do you remember the parental controls in the game?
Oh yeah.
That didn't even work.
Yeah, there were, and like some buttons would just crash the game.
Yeah, I think that was one of them. I think I mentioned that in the Bunks video.
Yeah. Like what?
Yeah,
the
there was.
fuck?
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
how,
I think if you.
how high
I think if,
was RobTop?
I think if you
programmed
enable
that?
I think if you enable parental controls, and you, I think, hit some button like rating or like button, you would crash the game.
Yep.
If you have parental controls enabled.
What fucking what parent is like? What parent sees that for GD and knows how to even enable it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it removed the map packs button. Like, what? How do you even do that? Like, you know more about programming than I do. Like, that can't be an accident, right? I mean,
I
it
don't know
probably
how,
could.
like, I think it's
Yeah,
like
it was meant to remove the search button, but it removed the map packs button instead. Think about
That
this.
is in
Think
character
about
for
this.
Rob.
Like, what the fuck? Maybe that's why your super expert thing broke right after. Maybe he was doing the same thing. Maybe it just has like, maybe he just has like a drawer full of ganja, and like on every like Saturday he's like, you know what? He's just like stumbling over his keyboard. Dude, I'm gonna change something right now.
I think I remember why he changed at the time. Because it was something that I think annoyed the shit out of me as well. Because it was literally like,
Wasn't it like an excuse for like some measure that he was like, I'll do it later?
yeah, it was because the game could not handle searching for non-rated insane levels that were not rated. Yeah.
And then somebody that you knew was like, yeah, this could be optimized like a lot.
Yeah, because those were the old servers in those time.
Did it ever get like as optimized as it is like before 2.2, before he actually fixed it? Was your workaround like good enough?
I mean, okay. The workaround is. I feel like I'm gonna destroy this super expert series if I say this, but nah, I'm not. But technically speaking, the runs that we got after that are technically speaking, they're not random in the same way. Like, basically what I did to just get around this, because I still haven't fixed it, was that I literally went ahead just checking for levels. That, like, just from the level name and having the correct criteria looked interesting enough.
Okay, I mean,
so,
that
like,
works.
Yeah, like, basically all my reactions to the levels are genuine, but I might know the level that I've picked this one at some point. That's the case for most of them. But I have no clue what's in them. So that's always gonna stay true.
Nice.
But yeah, I had to come up with some fucking workaround. I didn't know what to do. It was just like
would the OG script, not like the OG code, but like would a script like that even work now? Like, are his servers still like, you can't?
No, it would work. Like, you could do it. It's like the algorithm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it would 100% work. You just have to. I just have to I have to change the core, which I know C. Volton did tell me how to do this, and then it's just like, all right, I'll do it. 5 months later, I haven't done it.
All right, I'm at my limit. Do any of you have Lemons' Discord account?
Are
you still looking for it?
Yeah, no. It's actually like.
Do you want to know something hilarious about Lemons? Yeah. I forgot why I even had him added on Discord back in the day.
Wait, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me his tag.
I have to go on my phone.
Or you can ask him. But I just want to ask him about it because, I mean, if anyone has it,
maybe,
it's him. Because I've been asking
for him
everywhere.
To get on the podcast and ask him then.
No, that's way too long. I need it now.
You'd add him to the call right now. You think he's gonna join back? What's up, man? What are you doing?
Yeah, we'll replace FNM with Lemons. It's gonna be Lemons and Stormfly, the most bizarre combination.
Lemons and Stormfly.
Am I the only original host left? It's gonna be Lemons now. Yeah, man. I know you live in Australia, but like, make your schedule for this. I don't care that you're working. You need to be working on researching this for this. Yeah, I'll ask him in a little bit if I remember to. Dude, oh my god. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is TMI. The rumors are true. Coffee makes you shit. And
it is a diuretic, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just happy to be here. You know.
You're happy to be.
I'm happy to be here. I need to shit.
It'll be fine. By the way, I also learned that sugar-free Haribo gummy bears also have the same effect.
Oh,
Did
really?
you know that? Yeah.
Ah. I mean, like if
they have a
if
laxative
there's
effect.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I sometimes drink stuff and like that has a laxating effect, and that for me that's a chamomile tea.
Dude, my stomach is literally bubbling like an ancient like pot of stew right now. It's like
That's a
it's
very
like right out of
very
it's like right
That's
out
a-
of what's
That's
the
a
movie?
little. That's maybe too much information.
What's that Disney movie that has that witch in it? That's like with the huge pot of stew.
I
Okay, well, it's the coffee. It's setting
It's
in.
actually
the
like
coffee.
actually just some ancient like bear stew right now, and they're just TMI.
Okay.
Very descriptive.
Oh
I
yeah, I
mean-
have seen that Reddit post of the guy who ate those and then literally had to leave the room during an exam while someone was yelling at him when he was running out. He's like, "Dude, unless you want me to shit all over the floor, shut up." He's like, "I can't even."
You reminded me. You
I can't even
reminded me
respond to you right now.
of a middle school story that I don't even know if I should bring it up.
What is this?
Okay, well, I mean, you know the thing where like people really, in the class, they really want to use the bathroom, and then the teacher's like skeptical that they're just going to like vape in the bathrooms or some shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So we've had teachers that are like really strict about it and are like, no going to the bathroom during class, because most people, to be fair, do actually just go to vape. But this one dude
Aren't they so cool?
genuinely needed the bathroom. In fact, he genuinely needed to shit. So he kept asking the teacher, and she kept saying no, and he ended up shitting his pants, like actually, and I feel really bad for the guy because that's like the only thing people knew him for, for like even to this day, like when I'm talking
After
to my
high
friends.
school? Oh my
Yeah.
god, dude! You
Yeah,
need to
so-
move
yeah.
counties. Get
Yeah,
out of
so
there.
I did that shit his pants.
Yeah, but it's like,
Oh my
honestly,
God.
if I was in that position and it was like that bad, I would not even care what the teacher's saying. I would just like run out the class.
Yeah,
and run
I was
to the
gonna bring
bathroom.
up. I remember in 8th grade, I was in physical science, which is just physics, and my friend legitimately had to shit, and he was like, "Can I go?" And the teacher was like, "No," because like some teachers are just biased as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
they'll just be randomly selective about it for no fucking good reason other than vaping and stuff. But this was even before that. This was like right when that was becoming a thing. So it didn't really happen. And he just got up and left anyway. Like he's like, fuck you. I have to shit, so I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
If I had to shit,
never-
I would leave too. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
this is a really nice topic. Like we're
Yeah,
just
well,
talking
yeah,
about like
this
This
is
is a good
shitting.
topic.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yeah,
people
so we
having
went
dinner right
from-
now. That'd be great.
A lot of people were probably eating during this.
By the way, do you put like in the final VOD? Do you put like time stamps for like each topic
I
that we talk
wish
about?
I wish I had the will to do that.
Okay, if you did, I would have suggested just calling this one shit or something, or like poop. And then, like people see that, like, what? Wait, what? What does that even mean?
Dude, we talk about that for an hour. Perfect monetization. The second we bring up any like drug, it's just instant limited ads. It's so funny.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Man.
I think we're gonna get limited again. I literally talked. Wait. Is this stream? I'm gonna check if this episode is age restricted. Not this one. Yeah. I literally Noise came on the podcast one time, and he talked about how when he did cocaine in Berlin, and that not still monetized, perfectly fine.
Imagine
no
you
restrictions.
referencing that by saying the word cocaine is gonna get us
Yeah, and this is now
demonetized.
instantly limited ads probably. I didn't. It was in Minecraft. There was a mod we downloaded. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, it was the cocaine mod.
It's also been over 10 minutes.
Cocaine.
Yeah, there was also a new biomed added. It was Colombia, and there was a plains mod.
Yeah.
That mod
Next
probably
bomb is going to be
exists.
Venezuela.
Oh
Jesus
God,
Christ.
I'm becoming that
Oh
kid in
my-
Kugel's classroom.
Yeah. I'm not
You
allowing
really
you.
have to go
I'm
that
not. I'm
badly.
not allowing you to leave until we.
You mind if
No,
you,
no. Actually, if
I
you
mean,
if you really
if
need
you
to go, you can go,
just
and we
go.
can
can you
like.
carry
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
show? Can you carry the
Yeah.
show for
Yeah.
me?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, we'll be the new hosts.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm not
Enjoy
gonna
your
watch the
shit.
VOD, so if you sabotage my good name, I will never find out.
Oh, okay.
So I will be right back, guys. You guys carry the show.
Yeah,
If it gets
enjoy
taken
your
down,
shit.
Kugel, if it gets taken down, if my internet goes out, call my phone and be like, "It's fucked."
If that happens, like
Can you call my phone
specifically,
and be like, "The channel's deleted"?
Now
the
the stream is
channel's gone.
the stream is shit.
All right, I have to go
It's been
blow ass.
reported
I'll be
for,
right
like-
back. 5 minutes. Carry
Okay.
for me. All right.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
So, what do we what do we segue into from here? Because we were just talking about like going
Shitting.
to the yeah, like
Yeah, we were
the-
talking about shitting all the
Um,
time.
well,
did you have anything else? Oh,
okay. Well, no. I was. This was just the first thing that came to my mind. It's not actually an interesting topic, but on the topic of, needing the bathroom, trying to link
Yeah.
it to GD. I remembered that one really horrible level. I don't know who made it. Was it like Amor Ultra or something that was like related to going needing to pee?
Oh. Wait, do you mean Plus Ultra?
No, not plus. What? No, that's about like My Hero Academia. No.
Oh,
It's like wait. Oh, it's literally called PP. I'll send the video. It is such a garbage level. Blue's gonna see this and be
oh,
like,
that
"Why you-"
one. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I couldn't even associate it.
Okay, you know what? Let's like talk about like the Hell series or something. Instead of-
Aren't also for that just real quick with PP? Isn't both of those people controversial at this point?
Boom
different
Kitty
ways?
and Amor. Oh yeah, I think Boom Kitty. I don't remember what the Boom Kitty stuff was. I think he was like accused of being racist, and Amor Ultra, I think,
Yeah.
groomed somebody.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. I'm completely
Let's
completely-
avoid that little.
yeah. I'm completely
let's avoid
disconnected from that stuff. But I have heard things about those two.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into it.
Yeah, let's
anyway.
ignore it. Let's ignore it.
Anyway,
Yeah, Hell series. What did you want to say?
actually, I didn't have a question. Somebody just said talk about the Hell series, and I thought that was.
What do they want to know?
Okay, actually, somebody earlier mentioned the Hell Holder. Like someone brought it up in the chat.
yeah.
Do you have any comments on like that? Because I think I remember you saying something, but I forgot what is happening with that level. now.
Okay, Holder is to kind of summarize it, it's like technically speaking, Holder has been finished decorated for years.
Oh,
Technically speaking.
okay.
However, the state of the level and the quality of the deco is so mishmashed that it's like I know the first part also wanted to be replaced. Like the decoration, the ILRL was the decorator of the first part, and he does not want that in the level anymore. He doesn't like it, so I had to replace that. Which I know. Last Prism Alex, I've given him some ideas, so I think he's currently like trying to like at least get some. And he showed me a couple of sketch ideas that he had, but yeah, to kind of mention it again, it has been done for a long time, but the level's quality, at least to me, is so despicable. Like, it's not that the level sucks or anything, it's just I want it to be better than it is.
Yeah.
I am not happy with it. Like, I want more than what it has.
I
And, like,
I
okay.
know that feeling because I have it all the time with my level. Okay, I just got a text message. Okay, wait. Let me finish off my thought first.
Yeah.
Which is that I have so many levels that I've just kind of stopped working on or gave up on because I have like certain visions and it's hard for me to even meet my own standards. So I
Yeah.
would maybe, I mean, even with layouts, but usually with decoration,
Mm.
I just won't be satisfied with it, and then I'll give up on it because it has to be like, I don't know, when it comes to making something like that, I'm very perfectionist, and if it doesn't
Yeah.
match my vision, or if I feel like I'm not doing it justice, I can't like cut corners, or I can't just like accept that, like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Anyway,
Yeah.
but what I was interrupted by was a text message on my phone from Blue saying in all caps, "Do not drink coffee before a podcast." Holy shit. I don't know what's going on with him, but it doesn't sound good.
No,
I
it
don't know.
doesn't.
I don't.
He's probably,
I don't know when he's gonna be back, but I hope.
He's
I hope
probably making coffee right now.
Yeah, from the other end. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well. Anyway, what were we talking? Oh yeah, yeah. So I guess the hell holder is on hold. No pun intended, but that was
So
really
funny.
that was really bad.
Oh god.
But yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, holder is like my like, and the reason nothing's really happened, technically speaking, for a long time is like the Hell series has a very specific reputation. It's not as bad as it used to be. It used to be god awful. And try to put yourself in my shoes at that point, where like normally when you make a level and like you think about like everything you want to add to it, you just think like, I hope people are gonna like this. And like, I think this would be cool. Maybe, yeah, people probably like this. And now try to picture that with a Hell series entry. And I know not everyone obviously hates it, obviously. Like, of course not.
Yeah.
But with the reputation that I managed to garner, I'm actively working on something that I know by a portion of players will be hated.
Yeah.
So it's kind of difficult when I already struggle finishing anything in GD now.
Yeah.
And
I
like
mean,
trying to push yourself through something you know will be hated.
I,
And I know that's giving attention to the wrong people. I am aware of that, but it's hard. It becomes difficult.
yeah. Like, to be fair, there's nothing that would ever be unanimously liked, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, of course, of course.
When it comes to making something, though, I mean, for me, my criteria is just for me to be happy with it, and that's all that matters. But the issue is, I feel like, again, my standards for what I'm happy with are probably higher than what most people would think is good, right? So, like, I could make a level where, and I release it, and people will genuinely think, like, oh, this is pretty good, or it's not bad, right? But I will have an issue with it. So even if I know that people will like it, that doesn't matter to me either. Like, just from the other end of it, of people liking it, but I don't. So I'm not happy with releasing it or continuing it or finishing it off. So there's that side of it too. If you are only concerned about yourself, but I guess it just depends on what your standards are.
I mean, yeah, like I realize that like the viewpoint I have with holders, like it's not really a good one because like it's meant to be for your sake. Like, what are you happy with as a creator, making what you want to make and everything?
I'm happy.
Yeah. I'm glad.
You're back. Why?
Okay, let me be clear. Not to like derail this, but
No.
do people drink coffee to get a guaranteed ass blast? What the fuck was that?
What have you like? What was the last time you even drank coffee?
I've never had coffee.
Never?
That's your first time having coffee?
No,
in your entire life?
I've never
What?
had coffee.
That is actually crazy.
What kind of coffee did you have then?
It is a Starbucks Frappuccino like bottled drink. I
That
went on a
sounds
coffee run
very
this morning.
advanced for the first coffee.
Honestly, I'll get to the coffee taste in a second, and then we'll move on from this. But I thought I would make an appearance coming back here to say that Jesus Christ. But like the day today was nice. I don't know how it is over there in Sweden, but over here, it is so hot outside. Oh my god, it's so hot.
Sweden, it's like the main thing that makes things like warm here, like would be probably the humidity. But
yeah,
aside from that, temperatures here, like if I count all of Sweden as a whole, I would say maybe the highest like in 2018 we had like a heat stroke, and the hottest we got that day was 34 Celsius.
Is that like 70 Fahrenheit?
I don't know. I don't know.
Remember, I'm a dirty American.
Yeah. Those
but
filthy
like,
how much
the day was
Celsius?
great. I think he said 34.
34
Okay.
Celsius, yeah. That's the hottest I've dealt with in Sweden.
Okay, that's not actually that bad.
All right,
Now,
so
yeah,
the hottest
to be
I've
fair,
dealt with-
To be fair,
Uh,
I underrate heat because I used to live in Dubai, which
okay,
was
fair enough. You
stupid.
win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dubai would in summer, on average, it ranges like 40 to 50 Celsius, and that's not even factoring in the humidity, which is awful there. Like it's actually you can't even breathe. It's so bad.
Yeah, I imagine down there it has to be literal hell.
I remember
is.
Michael
Yeah.
Stevens from Vsauce was talking about that one time. About just like, dude, the second you go outside, your glasses instantly fog. It's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
No, but like, there's been days since like, just everything is so hot over here. We've had days where it's literally the highs are 105 Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. But that's fucking hot for me.
I can convert it.
I am literally a perfect happy camper at 80 Fahrenheit. That's fine.
Would you say
for me.
105, you said?
I said 105, yeah.
That is 40 Celsius, 40.5.
I don't know if that's hot to Europeans, but
that is very hot.
yeah. But usually it's like 93, 94 Celsius, which is still like 34, 35, whatever.
The hottest day I've had this summer here in Sweden has been 27.
It's not too bad.
At 27 Celsius.
I know 0 degrees Celsius is 32 Fahrenheit, right?
Yeah, it's something like that. Like we have the freezing, like the point where something freezes.
No, but
if
like
it's zero.
yeah, like so also because I'm a dirty American, we have a lot of infrastructure made around cars. And yeah, it exists in Sweden too, but I'm guessing you guys have better public transport because you have a smaller country and all that stuff.
Oh God, no! I wish we did. I
no?
want to kill the public transport. I hate the Swedish transport. Fuck the Swedish transport, all in its fucking ass. I hate it.
Yeah, but like, so over here, if you want to get anywhere, like trains do exist, but it's only in cities. There's no like, well, I mean, there's some. I'm not gonna say there's 0. Like Transcontinental Railroad, that did exist, but it's like pretty obsolete now. Like now, like, so all right, let's get a little historical. President Eisenhower in the 50s was like, we need an interstate highway system to connect all the major cities and connect everything together because you can't fucking go anywhere. No one uses the railroad anymore. And so they developed the interstate highway system. Pretty nice. It still takes a long time. And I talk about this because like, if I want to go to the gym or if I want to go to my parents' house, I have to drive for 30 minutes in a blacked out car in 100-degree weather. And the car's sitting outside before I wake up and go get into it. So when I get into it, it's a death trap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you better open the doors before you go.
I had it parked in the garage, but there's not room in there right now.
By the way, Stormfly, do you ever plan to move to Gotland?
Gotland! Vi ska flytta till Gotland!
I actually have a friend who lives there.
That's like I've never been there, but yeah, it's like
The
a
island,
little big island, like in the eastern part of Sweden.
yeah. If anyone
fuck,
knows who
there's a-
Sorry I Win is, who's like just the Swedish challenge player, he's he lives there.
What a
Yes.
name. Sorry,
Yeah.
I win. Was he like a CS:GO competitive player or something? He's like, sorry, I win.
He didn't play CS, but he played a lot of Halo, so I don't know, maybe it's from that.
Hold on, I need to think. My geography is fading away from my mind. So there's Gothenburg. What's the other one? Hold on. Fuck.
You mean the capital or
Yeah, hold on. Fuck.
Yeah.
See, there's this phenomena where like when you try harder to think of it, you're gonna forget it more.
Yeah, you
Apparently-
overthink it pretty much.
Yeah.
You look for details that aren't really there.
The fucking place that PewDiePie lived, wherever the fuck it was.
That is
Oh.
Gothenburg.
Oh, it is Gotham. There's one other town.
Yeah.
One other city. I forgot.
Yeah,
the name.
I think I know. I'm pretty sure I know what you mean.
Just tell me.
Stockholm.
Yes. Love
Yeah.
that place. I wonder if it's
No,
every
that's the
inch of the
capital.
place. Yeah. I wonder if that place is every inch of the place I'm imagining it. I'm sure it's got its issues like every city, but it's probably pretty nice, right?
Yeah. I think Sweden has been labeled the shooting country. like
Oh, really?
we have issues with shooters, and it's like the only European country in the world who has like an actually genuine issue with that right now.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Somebody said I'm experiencing Stockholm syndrome. I'm gonna ban you from the chat.
Stockholm syndrome.
Oh my god.
I mean,
No,
Stockholm
but, like,
syndrome is a
Dude,
thing.
they had a there's
also
a
a
Family
song.
Guy joke. There's a Family Guy joke about like how wild it is to see a black person in Sweden.
Yes,
And
I
like there was
honestly-
a joke. Like there was a joke like there was a bunch of people at a coffee shop in Stockholm and there's just like a black guy
Yeah,
sitting there and like all the
Yes,
people are
I've
just
seen it.
going like, yeah, you know. Everyone's just like,
I've seen the joke.
ooh, Blackensippen. Ooh, yeah.
Fucking fun guy. But yeah, honestly, like I have seen black people in Sweden. Like that's not impossible to see.
So this
but I
isn't
will
like a
say
myth?
that like no, but like I will say though, it's that you don't see too many. If I'm honest,
I wonder, I
Like,
wonder
you
why
actually
that
don't- yeah.
is. Probably
It's-
are they just
they're-
like
they're-
mostly
they're-
just tourists?
I'm not sure actually, but like there are they are here. It's just you're not too likely to see them. I feel,
It might just be
or it
that
could
like
just be,
it might just be
or
like
or
the,
it could just be,
yeah.
or it could just be that I'm just not paying attention at all. But
It could just be
Yeah.
like that the Nordic genetics, you know? You guys are just more fit out for the
Yeah.
environment. Like if you came over
Maybe,
here,
yeah.
you would like forget to put on sunscreen, your skin would start peeling. If I went over there, I'd put on 3 jackets and be like so, you know.
yeah,
Especially
I
in
feel
the
like
winter.
in the north here in winter. I know Russia has it worse in winter in that sense, but up here,
Yeah,
I
Russian
think,
winter is brutal.
I think we have like regularly up in the north of Sweden, we have minus 35 pretty regularly.
Woo! That's
Oh,
like
damn.
something in Fahrenheit.
That's maybe minus something in Fahrenheit. Yeah.
That's cold. That's fucking cold. That I remember
Someone
Yeah.
earlier said that minus 40 Celsius is minus 40 Fahrenheit, because that's where they converge. So,
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Interesting.
so
Okay.
it's close to minus 40 Fahrenheit, I'd imagine.
Damn.
That's ridiculously cold.
I mean, if you're out there in those temperatures, like
You'll die
Yeah,
in
you-
minutes without
Like-
proper.
no, you don't die you don't die in minutes per se, but like it's like I do know that sometimes up there in Sweden you have, depending on how cold it is, you have some people dying in their sleep because of how
Jesus.
cold it is.
Jeez.
I wonder if that's like
And
a
that's
hypoxia thing too, because the air being thin.
It's I think it's often related to the age of the people that
Yeah.
happens to.
The
How
coldest I've
cold,
experienced was like minus 30 Celsius in Canada.
Dude,
But
we had a
like other
friend.
other than that, I don't think I've been in colder weather than -30.
Dude, we had a friend in high school who like we befriended because he like moved from somewhere and he didn't have any friends, so he joined our friend group and he would just his mom was a flight attendant. And like he was from Hong Kong. He lived in Hong Kong, he had a house in Spain. He was one of those people, but he was humble about it.
Yeah.
And like he would literally go to like Europe on the weekend when school is in session. We'd get back to school that following Monday. And we would get there early before like first period and the bell rang. So you had like, I think it was called homeroom, but like you could just be anywhere you wanted in the school. I loved that. I loved that aspect of my high school. Like you didn't have to go to a specific class before the bell rang. You could just chill anywhere you wanted. I loved that. But
That's really cool. That's really cool.
we
Actually.
would just chill in the cafeteria, just sit down, just, whatever. And he would just walk in and be like, I remember one time he walked in and he was like, we were just talking about our weekend. Oh yeah, I went over to my friend's house. We played video games all night. And he was like, oh, well, I went to Denmark and froze my balls off. We're like, oh, okay. That's a
love how you
little
phrased
more
that.
interesting than all my weekends. How do you even relate to someone like that? It's like, are you okay? I can't relate to that. I don't travel.
We like all I can say is when we deal with colds like that, all I can say is we are not happy, but we do it anyway. Like it's kind of a funny reaction that happens to like Scandinavian people is that when we're up here, like the further up you are in the world, the way the sun like rises and sets is different.
Mm-hmm.
So in I guess in a place like Alaska, actually, just to be more relevant to you, there are parts of the year, obviously in winter, where the sun never rises.
Yeah, yeah. There's
Yeah.
towns like that where they're fully dependent on just man-made light, like in like
Yeah.
valleys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think there's
Yeah,
one
exactly.
in like Norway or something where like the
Probably.
sun literally doesn't shine at all on that spot.
Yeah. Yeah, and then a funny, different reaction to that in at least here in Sweden. In the summer, depending how far up you are in the north, the sun never sets.
It's kind of dope.
Yeah,
As long as
like
it's
you
like
have
a,
I mean, you can kind of tell anyway that it's night because the way the light looks in the sky is still a
Mhm.
little. It's kind of evening-esque, I suppose.
like
Like
dim.
just it's yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. It's just like you can definitely tell it's like there's some light that can be seen
Well, the
and like
sun
what
rises here and it's hot.
yeah. I mean,
I
look at it
burned to
this way.
death, man.
It's about to be September, so
I'm so hyped. You know how
yeah, I
excited I
can
am for that
imagine.
shit? I can't wait. It's been so hot that my car has started misfiring.
Oh Jesus.
Like, that's probably the result of a vacuum leak or something. I have an old BMW if you're curious. But
Oh,
I'm probably just projecting, but like it has thrown out codes which are probably, hand in hand a little bit with the temperature because when it gets really, really hot, like shit just doesn't work.
yeah. It's the same thing with cold.
Yeah,
Like
like
you have like the
the
ignition can like freeze completely.
yeah, and like the I don't think the coolant can freeze in, really cold environments. It's like something that can just literally freeze inside the engine. It's stuff like that
Like
that you have
yeah,
to watch
I
out for.
know I know like a British show I used to watch a lot. I still do. Top Gear,
I love Top Gear. I'm so
which
glad you brought it up.
yeah.
I love Top Gear so much. Sorry. Continue. Okay,
Yeah,
wait. Before you say this, old Top Gear is
yeah.
better, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good. Continue.
Obviously, it's those three that made it good in the first
Yep.
place.
Okay. We are best friends now. Keep going.
Excellent. But their Polar special, which is one of their earlier seasons,
Mhm.
they had a test where they had Richard Hammond. You know who that is, I assume?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. They put him
The American.
Yeah. They put him in a car, and they put him in a room that basically can basically freeze everything, so you can reach like the -40 in Celsius.
Yeah, yeah.
And they had a test to see who would break first, him or the car. And it was actually pretty close between them two. Because you would
Oh.
have like the petrol in the car would at some point be frozen
Yeah,
or
yeah.
discolored. And then like the ignition would completely fail, and eventually, which was at the end point, the electricity and the lights inside the car just shut down.
Wow.
I can only imagine how fucking cold it would be in a car like that. Because, like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
By the way, isn't there a thing where like trees explode if it's too cold?
Maybe, and maybe the
I-
sap expands
maybe?
or something.
I can. Let me see.
Would the sap, like, expand? Because, like, trees... I don't know enough about this.
Yeah, the sap begins to freeze and then it expands. Yeah, exactly what you said, basically.
Okay.
The same thing happened. The same thing happens with heat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all just physics, really.
I mean, yeah, it happens. It happens with pipes too, where like.
Oh yeah.
So,
That's what antifreeze is for like cars and stuff. It's to
Yeah.
prevent stuff from freezing and then breaking. Because like when metal freezes, it can literally just expand and crack.
Yeah.
Like it's a problem if you don't, properly.
It's just like a
maintain
really
your engine.
fast temperature gradient that causes it, basically.
That's kind of funny. What even is coolant? I know it's antifreeze, but what is antifreeze? Like what's the compound? I wonder.
I am not the right one to ask about.
Don't worry, we'll get like Sputnik's
cool.
on, who knows everything about everything.
Sputnik knows everything about everything.
I'm kidding. He said he didn't want to.
Oh.
But no, I'm not trying to bring that up. It's just funny. But yeah, I mean, I respect him for, saying something. I don't mind. Not everyone wants to do this. It's fine.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
As we're getting back to the Top Gear thing, though, I was just thinking in my head, like, that show knows no bounds until Jeremy Clarkson assaults an intern at a dinner over a steak. And then the BBC's like, "You're fired."
It wasn't an intern though. It was a
I think
producer.
It was like an assistant producer. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it was a producer or something. Yeah.
The funny thing is, like, when Jeremy Clarkson got fired, May and Hammond both quit at the same time too, and a shit ton of the people that worked with them all quit too, and they were like, "All right, we'll just go somewhere else." And then the Grand Tour became a thing.
Which they're about to wrap that up too.
Yeah, like they don't fucking need the BBC. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, but like even the Grand Tour, like they're releasing their final special.
That's awesome. I've watched a decent chunk of it. I admittedly haven't watched all of it, but I just did something gross. I just picked a tiny scab off because I scraped it on something.
Oops.
We're good though. Don't worry, I'm not a masochist. I don't eat it like some people do.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
I didn't even know people did that.
I heard that. Okay, this is a weird caveat. I heard that licking your wounds, have you heard that licking your wounds is faster? Because it has whatever salt in it, and salt creates an intrusion and not an extrusion, and it can heal the skin faster, something like that. Apparently that was
I don't think
a myth, right?
Yeah, I mean,
every time I open my phone,
like
my heart drops because I just see text in all caps, and then I realize it's your message about not drinking coffee before the podcast.
Oh, I'm fine now, dude. I probably weigh fucking 5 pounds less. Dude, it's great. And dude, when not to get sidetracked again, when I was going to get that coffee, since my uncle and the people I live with, we're a Subaru family. We just have Subarus for cars, and his car was in service. It still is. So we have a donor car over the weekend, and it's super nice. Fuck, man. I got to drive it this morning to go get the coffee. Brand new 2024 Crosstrek, and it was orange. Man, what a nice fucking car. New cars are fucking nice, man. I would never buy a new car, honestly, because of other reasons. But they are really nice, man. Especially when, like, they care about their consumers and aren't just trying to extort them out of money. Like, Subaru still has knobs and still has necessary knobs. They still have an analog knob for volume and stuff. The AC is on a screen, but it's not super hard to navigate. It's always sitting there. And it's not a shitty haptic feedback screen. It's fine. It works fine. I prefer a knob, but if it's still good enough, I don't care. And it's just nice. Like, the steering was nice. The materials are nice. You get that new car smell, which we all love. And it was just nice, you know?
Yeah. I'm also a fan of cars.
Yeah, man. I love cars. I mean, when you watch Top Gear, I would hope so. What's your favorite episode from them? Your favorite special?
Oh God.
Yeah, hard question.
Oh, I
They're
couldn't
great.
pick.
They're great
I
performers.
could not pick. That's really hard to pick.
One of my favorites is Clarkson's Porsche Carrera GT episode. That's just great. The music choice, the shots, his passionate dialogue. That was a great one, dude. That was in like 2004 or something, like right when it came out.
One that I've always enjoyed is the Vietnam special.
Oh yeah. You remember the part? You remember the part where I think it was Clarkson that chose like a moped, and they was like, no, it was
a Vespa.
I think it was Hammond that chose like a shitty moped, and he was like, and Clarkson was like, dude, where are you gonna go with that?
No, I think that Hammond and May were very passionate about it, and they chose some proper classics, and then
it might have been Clarkson then.
You had because Jeremy does not like bikes at all, so I think he chose a Vespa or something like that.
Something like that. And do you remember the look on his face where he's like he knows like he can't get a replacement bike, and that he has to roll with this now, and it's gonna suck. Oh man, I don't know. One of my favorites as well. We could go on forever. One of my favorites as well is when they had the house cars, and Clarkson's on the fucking highway just going ah, because like it's swaying in the wind, and he didn't design for it to do that, and he's so scared it's gonna get somebody hurt. They're just good presenters, dude. They just know how to be. They're just entertainers who just happen to talk about cars. That's what it is.
That's why Top Gear became so popular in the first place. Because of those three.
Yeah. New Top Gear is like just too corporate. Nothing against the individuals, but
new Top Gear is also cancelled right now.
Point proven, right?
Although no, but that was for a different reason. It was because one of the presenters got himself in a very serious accident.
Oh, really? What
which
happened?
left I'm not sure exactly, but it left permanent scarring
Chris
on his face. I don't remember, maybe, but it left him with permanent scars on his face.
Oh shit!
And he's still apparently mentally recovering.
Is it
the whole show
crash?
has been maybe. Like, I don't remember. I just remember hearing about the crash. I'm not sure about more details than that.
Was it Chris Evans? I don't know. I don't watch new Top Gear.
Chris Evans got removed after first season.
Chris Evans became Captain America, so he couldn't do it. Yeah, I don't watch new Top Gear. I could not tell you shit about it.
Me neither.
I can't be bothered. It's just so like, it's too different. I'm trying to be objective about it, but when you have a product like old Top Gear with miles more interesting of presenters, it's hard to say anything good about it.
Yeah.
I do remember, I know right near the end in like 2013, 2014, remember when they had trouble getting like Ferraris at the end of it? Like the Enzo, somebody had to lend one. The LaFerrari, they had to beg Ferrari. Remember that? Because Ferrari's just so annoying about that.
They wanted to make a race
between business motto.
Yeah, they wanted to make a race between the LaFerrari, the 918 Porsche, and the
And the
P1, which they didn't do in Top Gear, but they did it in the Grand Tour.
Yeah.
And,
I think for
yeah.
isn't it for Top Gear they did 3 individual episodes for the cars. Hammond got the 918 on a track in Dubai, I think. Clarkson was tracking it in Belgium when it was raining like crazy, and James May was in a mountain range with the LaFerrari, if I remember right. I've watched these episodes a lot.
I mean, that sounds right. Like, you sound like you have more memory of that than I do. So,
bottom
Don't
gear,
worry
middle
there.
gear. New Top Gear is bottom gear. It's bottom of the barrel, dude.
I mean,
Okay, well, it's
bottom
not
gear is
that bad.
funny. Yeah, bottom gear is funny. Like the actual bottom gear
Yeah,
videos. Which James May did say that he actually watched.
Did you see that video? I know you like cut back on social media. Did you see that video that this British guy made? It's like a 4-hour video or something, and it's about how modern Top Gear is a conceptually flawed TV show.
I think I watched it.
Yeah, I've seen that too, and I just had it in the background. Well, I don't know, whatever I was doing, writing a script, something, whatever.
Yeah.
Shit like that. I love Top Gear, man. I thought about buying I've thought about buying like a Porsche and stuff like that before. I've thought about it, you know.
Yeah.
But that's a big commitment. Even, I feel like no matter how much money you have, well, that's not true. Still a commitment, but the thing with Porsche is that like where I live, there's not a dealer that could service it for like an hour each on every side. And I worry about reliability and stuff
I mean,
like
yeah,
that.
of course. Like, you don't want to buy
Porsches are
something
built
that's
great, but like I'd want to be able to do something myself. That's the thing.
Yeah, like absolutely, yeah.
Do you know about like the hell that is modern cars?
Yeah, there's like a video I saw not too long ago about like old versus new cars.
Yeah.
And it was there's
It sucks.
a lot of new shit it's like,
such a double-edged thing. It's
too complicated, it's too convoluted, it's just not really ideal.
What's the difference? Is it like too based on electronics or something?
So I can tell you, it's at its core, it all has to do with cost cutting and essentially extorting customers out of money and data.
Yeah.
That's what it's became. There's no more integrity per se when it comes to the new car market, because like there's no parts availability for a lot of things. A lot of the companies will purposefully do this so that they can get as much money out of the consumers as possible, instead of making it easy to have a right to repair anything.
Yeah.
Like shops, they have to be certified, which is fine. That's in and of itself, that's not a problem. The problem is where like they can't get any parts from the manufacturers because the manufacturers are just like, well, we don't have the part, even though like it's like a fucking, whatever, like an aluminum, whatever they make screws out of, zinc, aluminum, whatever the fuck. When like those parts are so cheap, but like they don't sell it to shops because of this problem, it's just dumb as hell. It's the same thing, not to get doomer like, but this is the same issue with the housing market, at least in the United States. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but if you've been paying attention and you're over the age of 18, you've probably noticed that we have a problem.
The U.S. has many problems.
yeah, our economy is
have a lot of problems over there.
Basically, what's happening with the housing market is that they're big programs like BlackRock programs, big corporations, big companies. Essentially, they're trying to create a nation of renters. It's the agenda of like, you will own nothing and be happy. It's that thought process, and that sounds conspiratorial, and to an extent, it probably is. But look at what's happening, dude. Look what's happening. You can't get a house.
I have to deal with some of some of US stuff because I'm like on the YouTube headspace and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm European and everything, even though my income and everything does not come from the US, because YouTube and Google is founded there, I have to sign a form of tax thing
Yeah, me
related
too.
to the
Yeah, I've
US,
had to
which
do
is
that.
annoying as shit because it's just like it's only there because like it's just to confirm that you don't own anything in the US. Even though they can very easily probably find that out themselves, but you have to sign a treaty that tell them that, hey, I don't own anything in the US, so I am not gonna pay you. I don't have to pay you anything. And
Jesus.
compare the if I compare the tax information and like the pages and everything here in Sweden compared to the US one, like if the Swedish one was written in common language, like the US tax text is like hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
Like it uses words I have never seen in my life before. I have no fucking clue what anything means, and I know English is not my mother language, but like I would like to believe that I still know English a fair bit, and I still have zero clue what certain things mean.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's to, I mean, it's all just like the end user license agreement bullshit where it's like, yeah, because you're trying to make an email or whatever, or do this. And like, they know you're not going to fucking read it, and they know you're not going to understand it. And even if you did understand it, guess what? There's a paragraph in there in all of them that says, this, by the way, this can always be changed without your consent whenever we want. So it's like, you know, you can't win.
Like,
Like,
I
you
actually
can't,
have
you can't.
I have the form here. Actually, I actually have it still, and it's like there's a word here like just escrow.
Escrow means it's being withheld. So like I can actually explain to you firsthand. I've had experience with escrow claims. So let's say you have a lot of videos that are long and I bet that have made you a decent
Yeah.
chunk of money and that's important to you, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Let's
Yes.
say this probably happens all the time. It happens all the time to me. I don't know how much it happens to you, but let's say somebody false claims one of your videos because somebody is claiming, let's say, Holmes music. I'm sure you're aware of Home, the
Yeah.
artist. You know how his songs are
Yeah.
copyright free? And
Mhm.
sometimes what people will do, people will pretend to be music labels and claim to own their music and then mass file claims all over YouTube. And so
Oh
they will
yeah,
claim your
yeah.
video.
It's so annoying.
And
I've
this,
had that
Yep.
happen to
yeah,
me.
this is what I was talking to Summoning Salt about, like a year ago, because I was like, "What do I help? I don't know who to ask." And so he helped me. He's a great guy, by the way. He helped me. He told me basically what happens with these people is you have to file a claim, right? You have to counterclaim it, and
Yeah.
you have to file a dispute, and that the withholders have 30 days to respond. Basically, you're cornered. Essentially, it's like they can decide whether or not to release the claim. You know, assuming they have integrity to be like, oh, this is actually false, but they're not doing it for that. But actually, what ends up happening is that they actually don't see these. Their goal, the people pretending to be the music label, their goal is actually to see if you don't notice. And if you don't notice and the 30 days go past,
Oh.
they get that chunk of money. But if you dispute it, that money gets held. So neither you or the people that claim to get it until it's settled. And then when it's settled, let's say you win because they don't respond to the case, all that money that's held in escrow just gets sent to you. That's a really long
Okay.
explanation for that, but
I mean, you explained it way better than that form ever fucking does. So it's okay.
they did that shit on purpose, man. If they really wanted to, they could say in escrow and then parentheses withheld. All they need to say.
Yeah.
Withheld by a higher party. That's it. That's like 5 words, like 6 words.
Yeah.
5 words. They don't do that though. I mean, it's all of this shit is written intentionally. Like if you really think about it, like all these
Yeah, of
laws,
course.
especially in the U.S.
Yeah.
I don't know about how it is over here, but dude, over here in the U.S., they will literally pass laws to not prevent something illegal from happening, but to make that thing that's illegal comply with the law. You should look up. You should look up the Protect America Act in your free time. That one is really bad. That one's fucking
Jesus.
horrible. You want me to just tell you what it is?
Yeah, sure. Do it.
So, the federal government, in certain cases, will draw data from phone companies like AT&T, Verizon, whatever. And so there was a law that was passed called the Protect America Act, because in doing so, in the federal government doing this, the phone companies said, look, the public is going to know that we're doing this, and people can bankrupt our companies if they find out that we're fucking doing this. So, and we can get sued for this kind of shit. And then they said, we will not cooperate with the federal government unless you pass a law that says we can't get sued. And so the federal government passes a law that immunizes all those companies and makes it so that they can't be sued for that, for collecting data and, you know, sending it to the... it's pretty bad over here. But it's not that bad. It's bad, but it's not that bad, you know? A lot of the shit you hear about America is fair. Yeah. But, like, I mean, you know, we're on the brink of an economic collapse. I'm going to be completely honest. Everyone...
I mean, yeah. That's been
very, very clear.
Years.
Very clear. Yeah. If anyone in the U.S. tells you that we're not, they are full of shit. They are choosing to be ignorant of everything else that isn't what they're experiencing.
Yeah, like the whole brink of collapse thing is like it's been waiting for a while. Like people thought COVID would be the cause, and then it didn't end up being the cause. And then people thought the Ukraine versus Russia thing, they thought that would be the cause, and it ended up not being.
Do you want to know what the dirty thing is about that? Yeah. Active wars incite economic growth.
Yes, it does, because
like
of
heavily, and that
actually, it really does.
It's a really dirty thing. Like
especially proxy wars that don't affect your country.
If you really stop and think about it, like, and you think about like what actually goes on, there is a gain from that.
Yeah, sadly. And like that's what usually leads to a big recession after that. Like if I don't even know what's happening in Ukraine, but I feel like if we, you know, the United States, I feel like if we pulled out, our economy's just because we're already like at a big, and you know, our shit's already pretty fucking inflated through a number of factors. I think if anybody says like shit isn't expensive right now, they're just lying to you. So look, I was at the store about 2 weeks ago. There was a little box of peach gummy rings. A little box, maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 20 of them, like 15 of them. How much do you think that costed? I didn't buy it. How much do you think it was?
I don't know, $15.
It was $7. It was $7, half.
Okay.
$15 for that is.
If it was $15, I would kill myself.
No, I mean $7 is way too much for that.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck?
I went for an outrageous amount.
There's no nutritional value in it. It's just
in reality that should be like $1 at most.
It should be like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
God, man, fucking. I'm thankful that I am in a position where I don't need to worry about it that much, but like it still pisses me off that you essentially burn so much money on this kind of shit when like, so what would you rather have? Would you rather have a slow death of just increasing inflation, increased everything is expensive, increased living paycheck to paycheck just to pay off an apartment, like a 2-bedroom apartment that you don't even own? Or would you rather have a pretty fucking bad recession for a year? Or 2, or whatever. I feel like the choice is obvious, right? Like, am I going crazy?
I'm not good with these things. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when it comes to my economics, I'm unironically kind of fucked. I'm not doing so well over here.
Yeah, I mean, the taxes are fucking... I feel bad for people who live in California. Like, oh my god.
I imagine the taxes over there are...
If I remember correctly, there is a retroactive 16.8% tax. 16%. Like...
Oh. 16% are paid in taxes.
Something like that. And that's just like... Yeah. I think that's just retroactively.
Do you want to know what it is in Sweden?
It's probably way less.
32.
Oh my god! All right, we have nothing to complain about.
32% of our income
Actually,
is taxed.
let me do you one better. How much is a property in Sweden?
Oh,
Over here, it's like $300,000 for like a 1-story house in like a decent area.
okay, yeah, it's not that bad. I don't think it's that bad. It is like in that amount, but like it's probably a little lower. Like the more fancier houses are like in the $500,000 range.
What's like a basic house that is livable for any reasonable person? You would think like just like a nice apartment, you know, that you can work like any. The problem with right now, the reason like everything is falling apart is because like a delivery driver at Amazon can't have a living wage. That's the issue. The issue is that people like
Yeah.
that, people that are working like actual important jobs that aren't like OnlyFans influencers, are not making enough money.
Oh
Really?
God.
Like, I mean, like there's
Yeah,
doctors and shit that don't have this
you're
issue.
right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
There's doctors and shit that don't have this problem. Because,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, but then there's like people like, okay, I don't know that much, but I know that there are people that do a lot of necessity jobs that get swept under because one, companies and HR and higher ups just see them
Yeah.
as just replaceable objects. And like it's bad. It's really bad. Dude, if you told my dad in the 90s that it was going to be like this, or no, if you told my dad that the 2008 recession was going to happen, he would either be like, well, that's not, you know, do you see how good it is right now? Or he would just be like, yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Everything
Yeah.
can only be so good for so long. And that's just that's the problem with everything, isn't it? Maybe this is why I have a sentiment towards all this mod chat bullshit. Maybe it's because I understand enough of the world to be like, this sucks, but it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's I feel like that's a pretty big factor. Like you just want what's fair for everyone. That's what you want. And that's good. That's what it should be.
Yeah, I mean some issues though, Kugel's still here. Some issues though is like some of them you just can't fucking solve. Like what do you do about like guns in America especially? We're not going to get like, you know, annoyingly political here. It's just what do you do? Like better background checks? Sure. But like what are you going to do about the black market? What are you going to do? You cannot stop somebody who has a license and has a proper background check buying a gun and then giving it to someone. You can't stop this kind of stuff. Like it's just not fixable. And by the way, I don't know how much about American history you know, but in the 1970s, Richard Nixon started the war on drugs, which is the dumbest fucking shit ever. And guess what? The drugs are winning. Drug use is more prolific than ever.
Didn't I don't remember which country did this. It might have been like Portugal or Venezuela or something. But they actually unbanned every drug.
It was Oregon, instead, I think, right? Portland?
No, it wasn't a state. It was like a country. Like it was a country, but they put more focus on they put more focus on like actual rehabilitation rather than like enforcing and making it illegal. And it actually decreased drug usage and made things a lot better because making it illegal not only doesn't
Portugal apparently
stop anything. Yeah, Portugal. Okay. Not only does it not stop anything, but it makes it so that like you're kind of forced to go through sketchy means to do it, and you're afraid to even try and get help because you're doing something illegal.
There's a big problem with that in America with
and it makes the issue worse. You know, like so the approach is definitely wrong in my opinion.
There is an argument to be made about legalizing every commercial and recreational substance. There really is. And like, I mean, it just is a semi-reasonable argument. And maybe there's some caveats in the logic here about like, oh, just decriminalize it all. It's like, think about it for a second. shit is so illegal that like there's even stigma just around the whatever itself. If that didn't exist, how less likely do you think people are going to be to fuck around with it? Like, I think
probably,
people are. I think
probably
a
a fair bit
large
less.
reason. Look, I don't do this stuff, and I could very well be wrong. But from what I understand, I think a lot of it just comes from the stigma around the stuff as well. And obviously, it's not nearly that as much as it is the substances are fun and they get you fucked up and this stuff. That's obviously the appeal. Like whether it makes you have a fun
Yeah.
time, whether you're coping, whether you're using it for pain, whatever. That's the clear and objective appeal. But I think stigma definitely has a small factor there. And I mean, there's areas, I'm pretty sure there's an area in the state of Oregon where it's like this. Like, not every drug, but a lot of them. And, like, as far as I can understand, like, it's a little better. It might not be, but it seems like that, right? I mean, I don't know. I think the war on drugs did a lot worse than it did good. That's not the worst thing Nixon has done. If you guys know what Watergate is.
I don't know much about U.S. Well, I do know a decent amount, but I don't know that much. But everything I hear is always not very positive.
And
to say the least.
Stormfly, to touch on what you were saying, or no, sorry, what Kuga was saying about, like people have to resort to going on the street and stuff. That is a massive, massive problem with big pharma. That's a huge problem over here because there's an entire industry built around you staying as a customer. And the really dark reality of a lot of this stuff, like Oxycontin, fentanyl, is that like if you're cured, you're not a customer anymore. So they have no interest in serving you if you're cured. But the idea is to get you hooked on this sort of shit, so then you become dependent on the substance and you keep paying big pharma. And there are real medical uses of a lot of substances. But like, I don't think fentanyl serves nearly any place in the world. Like, I know people that have gotten it for like medical procedures, which is, I feel like there could be something else that's used. Like I've gotten my molars pulled and they just numbed my face. And like, I didn't need Fent. Hello? I don't need morphine. I don't know. This is a very complicated topic because pain is really difficult to talk about because like most people who, like all of us, that's all everything we have in common. One thing we have in common is pain. And we all know that if it gets bad enough, you don't care. You don't care. If the pain got bad enough, you would take oxys and pills. I know people that
Probably,
do that.
Yeah. Like I've dealt with multiple situations in life where like I deal with a lot of I've been mentally unwell at multiple points in my life, but like I think the pain you're referring to is more like do you mean like the physical one or do you mean like the mental one as well?
Both. It's a combination of both. Like,
yeah, combination. Yeah.
Like I've had tooth pain that's so bad I start screaming at night. This was a long time ago. I'm fine now, and that's why I got my molars pulled. It's just because I was an irresponsible little shit. I'm not gonna blame my teeth. I was super irresponsible. In the 7th grade, I would wake up, I would not brush my teeth, and before school I would just chug a little bit of soda from the pantry just to wake up a little bit.
Oh.
And my teeth were rotting. Like, what the fuck is that? And I had braces that people were paying like thousands of dollars for. It's my fault. And that's okay. Being wrong is healing.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Pretty much.
I can admit that I am a fucking idiot sometimes, you know?
So am I.
Maybe that's why we have integrity. We can sit here and be like, yeah, we fucked up. But you know,
I mean,
what?
yeah,
That's
like every like humans as a whole are like perfectly imperfect. Like we make mistakes; they happen.
There's an unbearable loneliness with being right on the internet.
Yeah. For sure.
Kugo, you got anything? Got anything about that? Somebody asked about insulin prices. We could get. I don't know. I'm not knowledgeable.
I don't
Couldn't
have
tell
much
you.
else to talk
Yeah,
about at this point.
yeah. Again, I'm not like somebody who knows that much about U.S. politics, but yeah. So I don't really have anything else to say, but
Yeah.
I have
Like,
a couple more things we can touch on in a minute here.
Yeah. Like, I think like my views on politics now, I guess, would be like, it doesn't matter how right or wrong you are. What matters is how good you are at a speech.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, that's
I
my
mean,
view
like,
on it now. Anyway,
I try, whether it's GD, whether it's real life, whether it's anything, I try really hard to be objective and understand both sides. Because
Yeah, me
I
too.
can't stand people who just fucking label it off. I can't stand that.
Yeah, that's not fair. Like it's worth considering the opposite side as well. Like, just considering, like, okay, I'm listening to this. I didn't agree with it. Can I learn something from it, and can I consider it into my own view? I think that's valuable.
Like, I bet there's no way we agree on everything. I bet I can name an extreme demon that I like, and you might not like it. Like, that's okay.
Yeah.
And then
That's fine.
then I would block you as soon as that happens.
Yeah,
exactly.
we're never talking again after this.
I'm gonna cancel you on Twitter that I don't use.
You know what's interesting? Surprisingly, clips don't really go on Twitter too much from this podcast. Isn't that
really?
kind of surprising? Like, a little bit. Like,
Yeah,
we have a niche show here, but
yeah, I know that. I think I saw some of when Riot was on here. I think I saw a couple of things.
oh yeah, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
he had some hot takes. He do you remember? What
Yes, he did. Yes, I don't remember
he
what it
wanted
was.
to shorten
but I
the
remember,
demon list to like whatever, like 10, not 10, like 50.
I don't
levels or
remember,
something.
but like I remember he was in a bit of a position after that.
I mean, but like, I respect Riot because he doesn't care about the pushback. Because he's just passionate about what he thinks, and he looks at both sides, and he thinks that's just what would be best for the game. Like, whether like that's not something everybody agrees on, I respect him for not being a pushover. I respect him for being able to sit there and just voice an opinion, and especially for somebody as notable as him to like be different like that is amazing.
Yeah, that's really nice.
I'm glad he's always stayed the same. Really glad. I hope he's listening. I hope maybe he listens. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. It's a very specific part of this specific podcast, but
I mean, he really likes the podcast.
I mean, maybe
I'll get him back on. He want? Yeah, I will. 100%.
Then there you go. You can get it back.
Yeah, we can go back to GD for a little bit. We got way off track.
Yeah, we've been ranting here for a little bit. We're not ranting, but we've been talking for a bit.
Yeah. I remember you wanted to ask about like the Restoration Union stuff.
Yeah, you wanted
there was
to say
something in specific. Let me remember what it was. We have a lot. I have like decent questions. So we can also pull questions from community posts. We started doing that. That's why when I was DMing you yesterday, I wanted to get it out in advance to give time for people to ask something that could potentially be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, feel free to ask away.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I remember what it was. I already know the answer to this. I'm going to ask you anyway. In the decade now that he's been gone for, this has been beaten to death, but it is to my understanding that Restoration Union has still been completely unable to contact Siri. Like, that motherfucker's dead. Am I correct?
Yeah, we have never succeeded.
Yeah.
For sure.
I actually have some input as well, but keep going.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
No, I was going to say, like, we have reached out to some pretty significant people. Like, we have managed to contact Black Peaches Full.
That's awesome.
The one who made Silent Club, and he ended up confirming that the ship portal above Silent Club was bait.
Shit, my hardest demon video is wrong for the 100th time.
It's fine. Well, he ended up saying that it was actually just speed hacked.
Makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
Have you made any headway with Neptune? Because when I was looking into it,
He
he'll just post like a picture of a car on his Facebook, but like that's it. Did you know about that?
no, I didn't know that actually.
I should go check his
we
Facebook again.
haven't-
Sometimes he just
yeah,
posts
yeah.
like drawings of like Bugattis. He was active in
By the-
2018 on it, which is crazy.
By the way, I do actually have a question because I was in the OG Restoration Union,
Yeah.
and that kind of, I mean, it died a long time ago, and I know the grass guy was making like a new one. So I don't know. Are you involved with like the new one? Because it doesn't involve any of the original people, or at least most of the original people.
When
Most
was
of the original
this?
people are not in there.
Yeah.
I know Gil is in there if you know what that is.
Electro Mario.
Yeah, he's in there.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
What
Is he
year did that
active there?
happen?
What happened?
What year did this happen? Because I was in one of the servers. I'm just
Which
wondering
one?
if I was in the old one or not.
I don't remember.
You were not on the old one.
Okay.
I
I'm just
know that
wondering.
for a fact.
Yeah. I
Actually-
know that I know that it was me and Evnos who was
Oh yeah, I know. I
who put
remember
it
that.
together. Yeah, we put it together in October 2020. This
The new
current
one.
one.
Yeah.
I don't even
Okay.
remember.
Actually,
why they
then
invited me.
that's not the grass guys one. I can.
No, the
I
grass guy's not even in this one.
Okay, good. Because
No.
I remember he kept like begging all the old, including me, to join, and I don't know. Like I feel like yours I can trust to be a lot more competent. Grass guy, I just felt like wanted it for the sake of
Like,
being in the Restoration Union.
I imagine grass guy has like good qualities and everything. It's
Yeah,
not like he's
but-
like useless or anything. He's not that.
No,
but,
I'm not,
like,
yeah, but it's just, yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like,
It's a bit of a delicate topic to say the least.
yeah.
I don't even know
But-
why I was invited. I forgot. I didn't say anything, and then I got kicked. I'm like, yeah, fair enough.
I do miss the old Restoration Union though. It was such a vibe.
It was
and-
quite a vibe. I remember that.
Yeah. It's the reason Sari Never Clear got made even because like we were me, Isaki, and then like a couple others
Yeah.
wanted to parody that whole trend of like finding old legendary impossible levels and remaking them. And we found, Sari Never Clear and all of Optic
should've
Sunflow's levels to be like the stupidest thing ever, and we
You
thought it'd
should've
be
done
funny
it
to
you should have done it to sorry mustn't beat it. as well.
mustn't clear. Yeah, sorry, mustn't clear it or some.
I think it was
crap like-
beat it.
or beat it. Yeah, but like Sari Never Clear had there was 4 versions of the same level that he just re-uploaded.
Yeah, it
with
was
different
Hell
names.
Adventure.
Yeah,
I think.
Rop Top Adventure. Yeah, Sari
And
Never Clear and
Demon Forest? Question
yeah,
mark?
yeah. I remember it had Forest in the name. I don't remember if it was Demon, but yeah, and because none of them would get rated, so he kept re-uploading it with a different name.
Yeah, and Sari Never Clear was the one that actually.
Yeah, and it's such a like shitpost stupid level that it was the perfect level to remake. And we just did it as a joke. We weren't even trying to get it released. We just thought it was like a funny shitpost to do. And then somehow years later, Spam Drew verifies it and it gets rated for some reason. Like
Yeah.
the last thing I expected. But yeah. But in general, like even the current friend groups I'm in now, honestly, are literally like I don't think I would be in them if it wasn't for RU. Because RU led to Electro's server, which led to Atomic's Hangout, and Atomic's Hangout led to me meeting my current friend group, who are like the Kosi communist cyclone people. And
Wait until
yeah,
Twitter figures out that
there's
you're a
there's
communist.
a lot of lore, but basically it like me joining RU kind of indirectly led me to where I am today. Although you can really attribute that kind of thing to a lot of events. Like that there's some weird butterfly effect that led to where you are now, and if
I mean,
one
yeah,
little
like,
thing was different, then
my
things
my
would be very
life
different.
right now, oh my god, like not that it's bad or anything, but like Jesus, like the fucking shit I've gone through in the recent years in just my 20s is just like,
It's been busy.
fucking hell. I've gone through so much shit, both negative and positive for that matter. But
Yeah.
like, I'm happy with where things are going right now. That's all I can say.
I mean, look, the thing I always tell people, I totally didn't read it from a TikTok screenshot that someone sent me. Something that I like to tell people is that the end is always good. And if the current present is bad, then it's not the end.
That is true. I can see that. Yeah.
I don't know if that would help anybody, but
No, that's a
dude, there was another one that was like, there was another one where this guy was like, I failed 2 exams, and then somebody quoted it and like they were eating like a burger, and the caption was like, 2 is one of the smallest numbers, you'll be fine. And somebody then quoted that and was like, this has helped me literally so much in my life, you have no idea. Isn't it just funny, like shit like that? I guess it's inspiring.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It definitely
I mean,
is. Like, it's always nice to be like an inspiration. Like if you can,
I mean,
like if you can say it
I
and
hope
help
we are.
somebody. Yeah.
I
Of
hope
course.
we are. I really do.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean,
I don't know.
Like I the way I look at it is like, I don't look at it as if I need to help millions of people or anything. It's like, if I'm able to make a positive impact on at least one person, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, I mean, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh yeah. I guess it is inspiring, at least from my end. There was this guy. I'm just gonna name drop him. It's fine, because this is positive. There was a guy. I'm probably gonna pronounce his name wrong. Named Ackley's, and I showed up to one of his streams one time because sometimes I just do that. Sometimes I just go to YouTube streams and just say something. You know, I think we've all done that before. And he recognized me and he said he was planning on making a podcast. And I was just like giving him, I don't know if I was giving him advice. I think I showed up to the stream and one of his friends was joking and saying like, add him to the group. And then he was like, no, he wouldn't do that. And then I said, add me in the chat. And he was like, oh my. And then he was like, can I interview you? And I was like, all right, you have no material, go.
Wait, was that the person you showed me yesterday?
It was the Australian guy. No, not yesterday. No, this was like a couple months ago. This is when he was talking about wanting to make his own podcast, and I was like, "Go for it, dude." And it felt uplifting. Like I remember near the end of the call, he was like, seemed pretty excited about it. And I don't think he's made a single episode, unfortunately, but I hope he does. I hope he's listening. Event at some point, because like I think you could do fine. I think you could do great. You know, I mean, there's so many. A lot of people were saying like there have been attempts in the past of doing something like this, but a lot of people that I've seen have said like this is something the GD community has needed for a long time. I don't know how much I agree with that, to be honest, because like when I think of podcast, I think of like more adult oriented, like it's for like an older group of people, because like I don't think like 14-year-olds really care, because I don't know, I didn't, you know, but I mean it's very flattering to hear.
If you have an appeal to podcasts at that age, I would say like it's definitely an acquired taste. I feel like you'd appreciate just the noise more if you have it like in.
I mean, I think
in the background. It's like I think this is the whole point too.
That's generally how I listen to podcasts. Like sometimes even when I'm playing GD, I just have a podcast playing in the background. That's part of the reason why I thought a GD podcast would kind of work, because I do feel it's compatible with GD. Like even if you're just playing it and you have something in the background that you're half paying attention to. So yeah.
For sure.
I'm pretty sure somebody beat Limbo while listening to one of the episodes.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, fuck, I forgot their name. I'm sorry, whoever you are.
When I beat Artificial Ascent, I was re-listening to the Paco Blitzer podcast because I was editing it. So when I'm editing a thing. I just like have it playing and I'm just listening to it to go through it, and then in the middle of me doing that, like while I had my editing software open, I beat it. You couldn't hear it because I think I had the desktop audio as like a separate thing, but it was just funny that it happened at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I would sure hope that it's inspiring. I just do this because I like it. If you can't tell,
Yeah.
I'm so old, aren't I? Of course I'm doing something like this.
Like,
You know, we're compared to the rest of the GD community, we're actually pretty old, especially Stormfly.
Yeah,
I'm
Stormfly's
26.
actually a generation higher
Yeah.
than me.
No,
Like,
Not to make it
totally.
not to make you feel old.
Nah. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I have
no,
friends who are in their 30s and shit. Now,
Yeah.
so-
Yeah.
I remember when I joined your server for the first time, like back in 2016. I felt like I was relatively young compared to everyone else, because I think a lot of the people that were active in your server were around your age, or at least like the like the admins and stuff and the active people. And now it feels like I'm one of the oldest people in the community.
Yeah. I mean, there
So-
are like, if you look in the Star Grinders realm, a lot of them are in our age, like 26 and higher.
I've noticed
wow.
that. Yeah, someone
Yeah.
I've been told that before.
There's someone who's, I think, 34, and there's someone who's
Really?
20, 28. Like they're up there.
The only
Normally.
person I knew that was really in their 30s is Eric Van Wilderman. And I don't know how old is Xander right now? Well, not Xander anymore, but
556.
you know.
Uh,
No,
he
Not
is.
Alexander, right?
No, sure you.
He's 28.
Oh, Xander.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah, sure, okay. I was wondering if he'd hit his 30s yet.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy. Like Riot's like 26 too. That's crazy that like I literally used to look up to your generation in GD. And now like
Yeah.
I'm like right, behind. Now I'm old. I'm 22.
I'm sure a lot of the old like Korean players are in their
I
30s.
know.
Oh, yeah.
Dark Egg. I know Dark X is my age.
Oh, okay.
Isn't the oldest player? I'm guessing it's like EVW or something, right? He's not that old, but like he's probably the oldest, right? I don't
I've
know.
seen like
It's a
I've
difficult
seen like
question.
old people streaming Geometry Dash, but I don't know if I would consider them in the
Yeah,
community.
I mean, if we consider like, a deep understanding of the community and being in the community for a long time, I don't think you could beat EVW.
Yeah,
No,
like just
probably
someone
not.
someone who has like an actual presence. Yeah.
I mean, is EVW older than RobTop? RobTop, I think he's like 31. or
Rob
something.
is Prob is also in his 30s, probably.
Let's see.
Eric,
Yeah.
I don't know. I speak with him pretty regularly, but I don't know.
He is 37 years old according to
37.
Rob's 37. How old is EVW?
I think he's younger. I don't know.
They're the same age. Wow.
Oh, they're both 37.
They're both born in 86.
Yeah.
They're both
Damn,
37.
okay.
Damn. All right.
I think
Nice.
EVW is like slightly older by a few months.
I mean, Eric has a wife and child now, so yeah,
Yeah.
that's quite
Yeah.
a point in life.
I
to
respect
be.
him a
Alright.
lot.
Well, I know some people in my age who have a child. Like there's someone I know who has a child already, is married, and is working in the fire department.
Did
like,
you ever know
goddamn.
anybody who literally just got a kid right out of high school? You ever know anybody like that?
Oh. I mean,
Actually-
there are those kind of people. If you ask me, like,
No,
people are free to do what they want, but I think that's too quick.
Yeah.
At least
No,
for me.
I do know somebody.
There's
like
one guy.
a
There's
cousin.
one guy. Kugel, you know who he is. Do you know
Who?
TJ Snake?
TJ Snake. That
Have
sounds
you heard
familiar.
of him before? He has a kid.
That sounds familiar. Really?
That's
Wait,
crazy.
Where
He's,
have I
I
heard
think
that
he's-
name
I
before?
think he's 19 now.
Where have I heard that
I
name?
think he was in GD Twitter or something. Like
Okay.
before it was really bad.
Jesus.
Nothing against the
It's-
guy. I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm proud of him. I'm not
No,
talking
yeah.
down on him. It's just a good
Yeah.
example.
I do know somebody that's done it like right after high school, and the issue is at that point you're not like in a financially great place most of the time, so it
No,
ends
Yeah,
up
it really
so-
depends.
yeah, so it ends up being like even for the child not a great situation to grow up in. Like I feel like you would need to be in a stable position before it's really a good idea to do that. But I mean,
Depends on the
if you
family. It
Yeah.
depends on the cards
Yeah.
you're dealt.
Yeah.
depends on you really. Like some people
Yeah.
by the age of like 20 they're really doing well off or something, but I don't know, it really is just dependent on you.
Yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, this is a hot take. No, it's not, actually. There's look, I don't care what people do. Have as many children as you like, but I think that there are too many people.
Yeah,
Honestly.
that's. However, I can actually add something to that.
Go for it.
At least from how things are looking right now, the world's population is going to decrease.
Yeah, Japan has a problem with that, like really
Japan has a
bad.
problem. Spain has also started with that.
I think it's for the
Uh,
better a little bit. Like,
yeah.
come on,
Mm.
we got to downsize a little
Yeah,
bit.
but yeah,
There's too many
it's going to
fucking
decrease.
people.
There's like two main factors I think that affect this. Is like one, people straight up don't have time, and two,
Especially in
people
Japan.
can't afford it. Yeah, Japan is
Yeah, I was gonna say,
beyond
it
fucked.
feels like it's an economic issue and just like a cultural issue with somewhere like Japan.
Yeah.
Because like I've heard that their working culture is brutal.
Yeah, I think it's. I think it's. I have heard one that where it's like 18/6 or something like
Like
that.
don't they get like 5 days off every like 5 days off a year, but like you get shamed a little bit if you take a day off. I think it's something like that in Japan.
That's horrible.
Apparently the same thing's happening in South Korea as well, which I don't doubt.
Yeah,
I have
can
a friend
imagine.
that's I have a
Both
friend
those
that's there right now actually. He's in Seoul. He's
Yeah.
visiting. They put a restriction in China? Interesting. I mean, whatever. They have 1 billion people. That's
Yeah,
I can't even. It's not a comprehensible number of human beings. Like it really isn't.
yeah.
Like that's an interesting thing to scale. Like, how many people are listening right now? Like 40. Think about 40 people in a room. That's a
Yeah.
lot of people, dude.
That is a lot of people.
A lot
yeah.
of like individual people in one room. Like that's a shit ton. And then imagine how many like views your videos get. Like I don't think you like focusing on numbers either. I don't think anybody really does unless you're,
No, like.
It's
I mean,
important, but it's not the
yeah.
main. But like
Yeah,
imagine,
it's not the main focus.
like imagine like, so we both have videos that have like 50,000, 100,000, 1,000,000. Think about
Yeah.
how many fucking people that is, dude. I know a lot of it's
It's-
rewatches and
yeah.
stuff, but like,
I mean,
dude,
yeah, but even then, like you have a
that's
big
a
reach
lot
when you
of
reach that
people.
point. Like
Yeah.
there's like I've had random people, like and random streamers who just go like, "Oh, I recognize you. Hello."
Dude,
Yeah,
that
I
happens
mean,
to me too.
I
Yeah.
hit 10,000 subscribers like 2 days ago, and I was
Yeah, I saw
thinking
that.
about that exact thing. Yeah, like
Yeah, I saw that.
I was thinking about like, geez, 10,000. That's. I mean, I know a lot of people talk about like, oh, that's a lot when they talk about their subscriber count, but
Yeah.
I feel like it really is weird to think about, even if maybe not all 10,000 are active. Just the fact that like 10,000 people have come across my channel
Yeah.
and probably
Yeah.
watched, at least a video. I may have videos with like over 50,000 views, but
Like my sub, I know my sub count sits at like
Yeah.
almost 57K, and it's not
We
big
have
or
like the
anything, but
exact
like,
same. Mine's like 55. It's
Yeah.
close.
yeah,
but yeah, like there's just that many people like actively subscribed and stuff. It does feel kind of weird because I don't feel like I'm doing anything crazy. Like I upload videos, but I'm not uploading with the intent of growing my channel. Like if I did, I would have an actual schedule and I wouldn't have the most like inconsistent thing where I
just
upload a few videos like within a week and then I don't upload for several months or something. And despite that, I'm still like, somehow growing as a channel and stuff. And it is a bit weird to think of that many people like actually knowing who you are.
Yeah, definitely. It's a weird feeling.
Because you can't really relate it to anything in real life, right? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
the people you know in real life, like that,
it's more local.
Actively know you, right? Outside of friends and family, is not really that many people.
Also, sorry, you guys. It's about to be midnight here on my end,
I'm about to.
Yeah,
go.
I actually
think it's about to wrap. We should probably wrap up here.
I DM Blue like 5 minutes ago saying I would have to go.
I'm starting to get hungry, and we still have to go to the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and you're getting the runs.
I've enjoyed this though, so it's like
no, I'm not getting coffee runs. No more ass blasting is happening here.
Yeah, time for another coffee ass blast. But yeah, do you have any other Yeah. Is there any more questions you have for me? If you want
There's honestly a decent chunk more, but if we don't have time, we can just do this again in the future. I don't mind.
Yeah, sure. I wouldn't mind that. Is there anything you want to ask me now, or do you want to save them?
I mean, I might as well get into the last thing that you were saying. What Google was saying about YouTube is that like, you and I, we both are at the point now to where like videos are projects, and we follow an actual structure other than just like record the video and make a thumbnail.
Yeah.
Like we both write scripts, I imagine. We both voice the scripts, and then we edit it.
Yeah.
I've done that with a few of my videos, but most of mine are not like that.
This is weird. We both also use Vegas, unless you switched.
No, I'm still on Vegas.
Same. And I mean, that's,
Yeah.
Don't you love Vegas? I mean, it crashes a lot, but you love it.
I mean, I've been hinting at this for an extremely long time, but like there's a documentary that I was going to release about a year ago now, intentionally, or originally rather, which is still not even near done.
Damn.
And I was thinking about this like before the podcast started to just show you two. The stream don't get to see this.
Oh,
okay.
This is only for YouTube.
You know what's funny?
Everyone on the stream.
I'm not going to talk about it. You know what's funny? I was actually going to make the history of hacking, and I had no idea that you were like almost done with it when I DM'd you about like a neighbor screenshot. Remember that? And you were like, "Oh, hey, I'm doing this already," and I'm like,
"Yeah,
shit."
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Don't feel bad. It's fine. Don't feel bad.
Yeah, but yeah, like
that's the nature of this space.
Yeah. The thing I'm referring to, I think that video, by the way, at this point is going to be like 4 hours long.
Jesus, the one I'm working on is like 2.5.
Yeah.
I could say it here because it's not going to spread.
Yeah, like for me,
yeah.
Oh yeah, for me and my editor, that video is going to be our magnum opus.
Oh, nice.
And it's all because of this thing that only you two get to see this, okay?
Okay.
Not the stream.
You should maybe send it after in case I act stupid or something.
Nah, don't worry. If they actually see it, I don't care. But like this.
Yeah. Oh,
this is for the video.
That's nice.
That is made in Blender.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I remember you showed me for university, like you worked on some things in Blender, so
that reminds me.
I mean, I haven't seen this thing obviously, but I mean, in general, I know that that's something that you have expertise in. That's really cool, though.
Yeah. So basically, it's going to be a documentary with like subchapters, and each subchapter is going to have an area of this kind with a different theming.
That's actually really cool. That's like really high effort too. Actually, it reminds me not in terms of the effort, but it was just like school presentation once, and for a lot of the slides, I used a Minecraft mod pack to like illustrate some stuff because it was something about like World War II or some shit, and the mod pack had like missiles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was playing it at the time, and I thought it would be cool to like include screenshots of that. So
Yeah.
I did that, but I feel like creating your own imagery that way is such a cool thing.
Yeah. So like this is basically like all of these scenes that will be in this video is gonna have
That's
their own
dope.
animation of traversing through them.
Oh, that's cool.
So there'll be but it's gonna take forever.
I can
All right.
imagine, yeah.
Last thing we should touch on, and then we gotta go.
Yes, absolutely.
So I thought this too, but I was also naive, and I was a man of assumptions when I was 15 and 14. A
Yes.
lot of people thought you were a hacker for a long time.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And in fact,
yes,
I found
they
a
did.
video from a guy named GD Lapis. I don't know if you know who that is.
I know that video. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know
Level
exactly
was
what you
never-
mean.
I've never seen
and
this.
Level was the biggest person that like.
That's where I
was,
heard it from initially.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's
He was
funny
just
because
like- 'cause he
End
would
Level
just- he
ended
would
up
just
being the
say
one that
shit
was
like
hacking.
that. Isn't it funny? He would just say shit like that, including like PPF is harder, Stormfly's a hacker, and like people would
Yeah.
just roll with it, be like, "Huh."
Yeah,
Like
my opinion is swayed with no information.
it was completely unfounded, and
Yeah, like-
yeah,
Yeah, the
Go on.
reason I never responded or anything like that, like I did a stream for End Level at some point just to confirm it to him, but quite literally, I didn't respond because the evidence, quote unquote, was laughable.
yeah.
It was
well, there was no
single,
evidence.
every single element of it was subjective.
Yeah,
like,
it
it
was
was
literally
just-
all like, oh, he doesn't use clicks or
Yeah, like
something
that
like that.
doesn't mean
Like-
anything.
Like there wasn't
I
there wasn't anything suspicious even.
Yeah.
It was just the lack of like.
Yeah,
And
the
I mean,
lack of things that they wanted, which
Yeah.
isn't technically necessary. Like, even if that was in the video, like, what if I had faked that? If I supposedly was cheating?
I mean, I was friends with you for a while, and just I know this isn't a way to like technically prove anything either, but just the way you would talk about the levels or update your progress, I got the vibe that there was like a really, really small chance that you were hacking. Like I
Yeah.
thought I was pretty confident you were legit, and I think recently I mean I saw you play stuff like Stalemate Redux on screen share, and you might have had clicks for those levels.
Yeah, like I actually have I have those completions like recorded, including the clicks and my
Yeah.
reactions to them.
Yeah, so like, and I mean, I think at that point, that's probably harder than the things you did back when you were being accused. But it's just funny to me that like, the biggest proponent of like, calling you a hacker was End Level who ended up hacking, and it kind of reminds me during the Noctafly stuff
Yeah.
in the GD forums. This was right when he stole Death Corridor from me, before anyone even had any suspicions of him cheating.
Yeah.
He was actually accusing me of like hacking Death Corridor.
Excuse me, Blue, what are you looking for?
Oh, I'm just seeing what you've completed.
Yeah, that first one has like my reaction in the description. If you
You know
if
what
click
I
the
thought a
forward
lot of it
button,
was back in the day? I thought a
Yeah?
lot of like the lack of clicks. I just assumed like because that was the cool thing a lot of people did.
Yeah, even I didn't include clicks.
That was
back
just
in the
like
day.
that was just
Yeah.
like the thing people did. Like you'd play in window, you'd have like your Twitch chat, and you would have your mic off. That was just like
And
the
I
cool
didn't
thing
even
to
have
do.
that. Like I just had like my gameplay, and sometimes usually I'd stream it, but I remember I think Stormfly you had pretty bad internet at the time.
It
So-
was absolutely horrendous. I had
Yeah.
I was invited to a Red Hoosie like the Twitch event,
Yeah,
and I think my stream was actually the worst one of them all.
I
Because
remember
I
you-
literally
Yeah.
my internet crashed like 3 times.
I remember back in the day you tried streaming a few times. I think one of them was like a Cry of Fear stream that you did. And it was like 3 pixels. Like I could not even see what was happening.
Yeah,
on the
I
screen.
didn't have any internet at all. It was terrible. I still barely do. It's still not good, but it's better than it used to be.
Yeah.
I don't
but
know
yeah.
what your Twitch is.
I Stormfly I.
That's classic right there. You remember LIL Rampage? LIL.
Yeah. Actually, one more thing I kind of want to mention that
Yeah.
I guess we haven't talked about in a while, but I do kind of sometimes think about like when we first met, And
Yeah.
I feel like meeting you is a huge part of why I'm still in the GD community. Like I said, there's a lot of things that led to it, but like
Yeah.
you're like one of my first actual friends in the GD community. And I don't know if you remember, but we met on you remember Slip?
Flip.
He was
Slip.
French, right?
SLYPP. No, I think he was Swedish as well. He was Swedish.
Oh, Slip. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Slip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
we met on a Slip stream where he was playing Cataclysm, and you were the only other person there. Like at the time, I just liked looking for random GD streams and joining.
You told
And
me
then I
this
joined that
sometime.
one. Yeah, and you were there, and then we just started talking, and we talked for like an hour. I think the only time we'd interacted before was like some YouTube comment section about the Hell Zone. And
Yeah.
then after that, I added you on GD, and then I would send you a message on GD or something, and that kind of led to, and then when I joined your server, I got to know you better and all of that. And I feel like that was like the first interaction or first like path into the GD community I had. So I don't know. Like I think about that stream a lot because it's kind of nostalgic for me, but yeah. I don't know how much you remember from it, but yeah.
Like I'm not. My memory isn't too good with that, but I do. Like it gives me like the. I kind of remember it. Yeah, I can't fucking speak sometimes.
I'm hungry, man. I get it. I'm about to get the fuck out of here and eat.
I know.
We should wrap up here.
I know it's just nostalgia baiting, but I don't know. Like,
yeah, no, but that's very sweet. I'm glad I could have that impact on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that's a pretty good ending note right there.
Yeah, that's a perfect ending note. Thank you for that, Google. You were perfect.
Well, actually, I thank you for being like, I want to play. Yeah. Sure, I'll go on this.
Yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed it. It was really nice.
That's it. Goodbye, everybody.
I enjoyed it too.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Goodbye.